is GhanaTalks. This is GhanaTalks Breakfast Show, your morning companion. This is GhanaTalks Breakfast Show, your morning companion.
Good morning, Ghana. Good morning, lovely listeners of GhanaTalks Radio. It's a beautiful Thursday morning. This beautiful is not from my heart, but I just have to try and make it beautiful. So it's a beautiful Thursday morning, and you are welcome to the GhanaTalks Breakfast Show right here on GhanaTalks Radio. This is the news headline review. Here we bring you all the latest headlines making waves in the news and informed perspectives on news and issues that matter to you every morning right here on the GhanaTalks Breakfast Show. I am your host, Ruth Esinam-Fiagbedu. And on the review, we have Ms. Debbie Adoso and Ms. Regina Bless, who will be sharing their informed perspective and opinions on news stories that matter to you right here on the GhanaTalks Breakfast Show. Good morning, Ms. Regina. Good morning, Ms. Debbie.
Good morning.
How are we doing?
The grace is sufficient.
Oh, we thank God. I can see your energy level is low. Ghana is mourning. Yesterday was a very bad day for all of us, and then it's all over on social media, it's all in the media, and then presidents and dignitaries around the world are sending in their condolences, and so now we haven't heard anything from the president. We are just hoping that he's well and then he's holding up well, But Ms. Debbie, how did you take the whole news yesterday?
Well, yesterday I was in great shock. It happened unexpectedly,
Right.
and we were not expecting that.
Exactly.
Yes. So yesterday it was even Omari who called me. He was like, "Deborah, do you know what is trending?" I said, "What is trending?" He said, "Follow the news." And he was asking me whether I know where the issue was ongoing. I said, "I don't know." So after that, he called me again. So I was like, what is going on? So I have to go to the various platforms, and then I saw that a plane crash. At first, I thought it was just a mere plane crash with people. I had no idea that top government officials were involved in this particular plane crash. And you see, since this news, like everywhere has been devastating, like everyone has been mourning since yesterday. It came as a surprise. No one was expecting that.
Exactly.
And to the extent that 8 members belonging to the NDC party are all gone, and these people who are dead are strong, I would say strong members of the National Democratic Congress, with Muntala Mohammed. That man, intellectual man. Anytime he speaks and you listen to him, you can actually hear sense talking. You get it? You can actually, you can see this kind of patriotism in what he does. And then with Omani Buama, he's also good at what he does. The two of them are two strongholds of the NDC party. And it's so sad. This morning I saw President Mahama declaring 3 days of mourning, national mourning for these people. And
he has come out.
Yeah. He has come out to declare 3 days mourning for them. And I think yesterday a flag was raised for the 8 people that were lost. And it's all over the news. Now when you go on social media, you're looking for news. These are the trending news, and it's sad. May God console their family.
May God console their family. That's so sad. They died doing the work of the
and
nation.
I learned President Mahama was supposed to go.
He was on the flyer, actually.
God. Well, I wanted to say something, but
Yeah.
Obiani ni way.
Miss Regina.
So I would say that it's a sad news. Unfortunately, no one ever dreams of going to work and coming back dead to their families. So may their soul rest in peace, and also condolences to their bereaved family.
But people have actually come out to bash the media with regards to how their bodies were actually transported in a juice sack, cocoa juice sack. People are saying that these top officials that are dead, that you have collected
and
their
how
body.
has that got to do with the media?
They said they were not supposed to show the part that their bodies were actually conveying into a sack. And they said those media stations that showed it, they should be
But
fined.
you know, not. I would say when the issue happened, no media house was there.
Yeah.
It was from what the residents around that community were posting. That is what everyone is getting to post also. Before media houses moved their vehicles to the scene. So I saw a video when one person was like, "Oh, mami kwana mincha, dead body. If you know who try at their heading." So I was saying, as much as they are blaming the media, it's not the fault of the media. There's a situation that can happen, and it's only one person who can have access. When Hawa Kumsin was assaulted, it was only one blogger who had the opportunity to video it, and it was trending all over.
It was trending.
In terms of makers and media, at the end of the day, media were the ones circulating it. It's our job. So
you think you don't see anything wrong with them capturing the scene where they were, these dead bodies were in the sack and being transported? They felt at least that shouldn't have even been on TV or even on social media. But yesterday, we saw City TV showing it, and some other media stations as well.
I feel, say, first off, it's, should I say, a disrespect to the family members.
Exactly.
And also, I think their privacy needs to be respected. Yeah. So aside that, the iron.
It's hard. When I even saw how they were even being conveyed, like put into the juice sack, my book, I was like, hey. Indeed, we are visitors. We are just visitors in the world. So let's take good care of ourselves out there, and pray hard as well. All right, let's dive into our major news items for this morning. Government to review mining lease extensions. Lands Minister. The Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Emmanuel Amakufibua, has stated that the government will thoroughly assess the social, financial and environmental performance of mining companies before approving extension of their lease. Speaking to journalists during a working visit to some mining sites in Takwa, Mr. Kofibua emphasized that mining firms will no longer be allowed to operate in ways that sideline the needs and welfare of local communities. He mentioned contracts will be extended based on the records of commencement that mining companies have made, technically and financially. We will assess how they have invested, how they have behaved as corporate citizens, not only in terms of benefiting their host communities, but also the country as a whole. He noted that key considerations would include the level of community engagement, fulfillment of corporate social responsibility, environmental stewardship, and consistent tax compliance. The minister also stressed, we are looking at all these things, whether taxes have been paid, whether the community has benefited, and whether the country is seeing value. These will be part of the considerations in determining contract extension. And that was coming for the lands minister. So the lands minister and natural resources, Mr. Emmanuel Eboa, says that mining companies will no longer automatically get lease extension. Instead, the government will first review how the company treats local communities, whether it has paid all required taxes, its environmental record, whether it protects the land, water and forest, its financial investment and commitment, whether the company has fulfilled its promises to improve lives locally. And these are some of the things they actually outlined before they give you an extension of the contract for you to mine in a particular local community. Ms. Eugenia, do you think these reviews are solid enough to give people, the extension to mine in a particular community?
Okay, so solid enough. Solid enough, I would say maybe 50 or 60%, because let's take should I say, scammers, for example. Let me use MTN for example. They've tried their possible best to make sure that they curb or they put a stop to these scammers trying to scam other people. They've brought information, they've brought public education out there, things we are supposed to do, things we are not supposed to do, and at the end of the day, scammers are still having their way, still scamming people. So with what they are bringing up, it's not 100% assurance that these people would mine responsibly. I always say that at times we think that the people who only involve in galamsey are the people who don't have, should I say, the right license. But mind you, someone can go forward, go to this Minerals Commission or any sector that is supposed to give them the rights for documents and still use it wrongfully. So I would say, my opinion, it's not 100% guarantee that it would put an end to this, but in a way it makes sense, because looking at some of these mining communities, especially in some regions, these mining communities have destroyed lands, have destroyed should I say, the environment. So bringing this up in a way would protect our communities and would also protect our environment. And secondly, I also think the reason it makes sense, first off, they would make sure that they check the impacts, both the positive and negative impact you've had on the community. I always say, when we have a job in this sector, or when we have a job in our country, or whatever community you are having a job, you should think of the people in that community. And when you're thinking of the people in that community, at the end of the day, are they benefiting from that sector?
Exactly.
No matter what, this institution we have right here, in a way, the people surrounding it should have, I don't know if you are getting it, should have something
they should benefit something.
Exactly, they should benefit something. So the mining communities like this, the people living in that community or society should benefit something. But those people are, should I say, some people do not even have good roads. Some people do not have proper infrastructures, especially when it comes to education and all that. Yes, we know it's the duty of the government, but sometimes it's the duty of an institution to make sure that they give back to the society. When I was coming this morning, I met someone and we were having a conversation, and he was like, have I heard of the food bank that what is Richard Niyama?
Yeah, Richard Niyama
brought up? And I was like, oh yes, and it's a good initiative. And he was like, am I not sure? Said this man, he's trying to get something from the society. And I was like, something like what? This man, we know that he's rich, and even if he's getting something from the society, there's nothing wrong with it, because he has given a lot to the society. He has built businesses. People who are in how you can example let me put it that way, the youth are benefiting from it. So in his little way, he's also giving back to the society. Free food a day, you can go there and eat for free. So these mining companies or mining sectors, I feel that they should give back to the society. It shouldn't only be taking. Mind you, even that land is for everyone, but just that so they should give back to the society, and I think it's good.
It's good. Let's do it.
Yeah, so I believe it's a good call, because we know that a mining lease is a legal agreement that grants individuals and company the right to extract minerals from wherever land that has been given to you by the government, which means that this is directly going to the small scale miners and people who are known by the government to be mining firm in the country, legal miners. If you're mining illegally, it means you don't have any contract with the government. So I believe this is going directly to the legal miners, because I believe some of them also take the advantage to mine illegally. And then we find ourselves in a country where people mine legally in the country and still they don't pay. There are royalties you're supposed to pay to the government. A percentage as a mining firm you're supposed to pay to the government every month, or maybe per day, or maybe per year, depending on the agreement or the contract you signed with the government. So to extend the lease, it's not because, oh, you're mining gold. Yes, you're mining gold for the country, so we should extend your lease. No, they're supposed to put things in consideration. Consider whether the royalties the firm is supposed to pay to the government is being paid, to also ensure that the community benefits from whatever you are mining from the country. Because trust me, you are mining legally, but it still have an effect. In as much as you mine legally and then ensure that you use the right equipment and not destroy the environment, it still have a sort of a bit negative impact on the community. So you are supposed to benefit from it. But we have a lot of communities, mining communities in this country that you go and they are poor. No infrastructure, common chips compound, they don't have school, they have to walk miles, like 30 kilometers to a nearby 4 or 5 villages before they access education. So the government needs to look at all this. Well, in the contract, maybe you said you'll be building a school for the community. Have you done it? What prevented you from doing it? Can you give us reasonable reasons why you didn't do it? So if your reasons are reasonable enough and you can actually explain why you didn't do it, then maybe they can stand on that and decide whether to extend it or not. If they don't do this, then everybody in a talk can just stand up and say, I want to go and mine, and then they extend your lease. No. So they have to put all this into consideration. When they put all this into consideration and then they deter people who do not abide by the contract form, extending their lease, it will serve as example to others, because you cannot go into a community. It is their land. And as much as the governments have a sole responsibility of every community, it is their land. You're supposed to pay royalties. You're supposed to ensure that some basic amenities which helps in day-to-day activities of the people are being provided for. So with what they are bringing on board, I feel like it's a good one.
It's a good one.
Yes, it is.
Right. So, with regards to this particular issue, you actually look at, say, when it comes to institutions and then businesses working in a particular community, they don't actually do a proper research or maybe engage with the communities to find out what they actually need. I'm saying this because some institutions in a particular community see that these people lack borehole, and then in their mind they just get up and then go and do borehole. Maybe perhaps that's not what they need. I don't know if you get it.
I get you.
They don't engage with the community.
Are you sure?
That's how I say it.
No.
They don't engage with the communities to find out what they actually means. Because sometime back I heard a story that this community and this institution was in this community, and then per their knowledge in their mind, they assume that these people need a borehole in the village. Meanwhile, those people, they don't need borehole. They don't need a borehole because the parents tell the children to go and fetch water at the stream for like long kilometers or long miles, and that is that time that the parents also have their time
To
do their own thing.
really?
Yeah, so
That's
community, so people in the community got angry with this particular institution in that community.
I'm sure.
Because they didn't come and consult them or ask them that what do they need as people in the community. They just got up based on the assumption, saw that people carry buckets and whatsoever, go to the stream and go and fetch water. So in their mind, they'd be like, oh, these people, they need borehole, so let's do a borehole for them, in as much as they don't even need it.
I'm sure that's a mess story.
It's a mess story.
It is a mess story. So I believe they engage with the people. You see, and that is where some traditional leaders tend to fail their own people.
Okay.
Because I believe they engage with the chief. Even if you have a permission from the government, you still have to go and consult the chief of the land.
But do you think these leaders actually ask for the right thing, or they ask for things
that is where I'm coming to? They don't. Most of them don't. It is 1 out of 10. They don't. They seek for their own personal gains.
Personal gain.
Because I believe they consult these chiefs. They tell them this is why we are here. Even though the government has granted us the permit, we need your go ahead. In fact, we need your blessing as a chief of the land. And then the chief will tell you that, okay, fine, I've blessed you to succeed in whatever you're coming to do. But listen, this is what we need as a community. Can you do this for us? Some people don't even mention what they need. Oh, can you get us an amount of money? As long as you're taking money from me, then there is no need for me building anything for you again.
Without even thinking about those in the community.
They don't. Because the money I'm giving to you personally, it's worth an amount of money that can be used to build a school for the people, a chips compound for the people, and even some basic social amenities that will help them. So most of these chiefs in these communities think for themselves and not for their people.
Right.
So we should also consider that as well.
We should also consider that as well. All right, moving on to our next news item. Ghana to establish first marine protected areas at Cape 3 Point. Fishery Minister for Fisheries and Aquaculture Development, Emilia Atta, says Ghana is taking a major step in marine conservation with plans to establish its first marine protected area by 2026 at Cape 3 Point in the Ahanta West District in the Western Region. Speaking at the government's accountability series at the Jubilee House on Wednesday, August 6th, the minister said the initiative is a key part of Ghana's broader national conservation strategy and is based on both scientific research and extensive engagement with stakeholders. She acknowledged the strong role civil society organizations have played in driving the process forward. The minister also announced that Ghana has formally joined the Regional Partnership for the Conservation of Coastal and Marine Zone in West Africa. The regional body promotes sustainable marine conservation practices across West Africa. The government's accountability series, we all know, is a platform for sector ministries to present mid-year updates and preliminary assess of the government's performance as part of effort to promote transparency and accountability. And that was yesterday. They happened to have that section with the fishery ministry. And then she mentioned that Ghana is creating its first officially protected marine area at Cape 3 Point that is aimed at preserving ocean life, protecting the environment, and supporting local communities that depend on the sea. And that is coming from Madam Emilia Atta. They are creating a protected marine area in Ahanta in the Western Region. Mr. B. Yeah, because some fishermen don't even know boundaries.
Yeah.
They just go, even the fingerlings, they even cultivate them and then come and sell. Whereas these fingerlings are actually supposed to be left in the ocean for them to grow. When they grow big, then you go for them. But that's not the case.
Yeah, so I think it is a good one. It's not only about you going and fishing and then bringing it out. We have to protect what serves us as food. We have to protect them, especially those who live in the coast areas. The marine, that has to do with the fishes and everything inside the water, that needs to be protected. In the Western world, when you go there, they have a way of protecting this, anything that has to do with marine. They make sure they protect it because they believe it does not only serve as food for them, it also serves as other purposes as well. So I believe it's not only about we doing something to protect it, right? But I believe these people living in the coastal area should also be educated on that. As you said, some of the farmers are only interested in going in fishermen. They are only interested in going in say Amukochinam. I can't remember during the previous administration, the then Minister for Fisheries, how Akumsen
Went to log the sea.
she brought us a very huge key that she has locked the sea because they were using chemicals in fishing. But no, you see, this is a natural thing. That is how God made it. And no matter, we eat fish every day, but it means that is how it is made to be. But there are ways we can also protect it. there are ways we can also go about it. So in as much as we are putting measures in place and doing everything possible to make sure that these aquacultures are safe in wherever they are, the people that are also involved in it needs to be educated as well.
Right.
They need to know how to go about it. I know someone will tell me, say, fishing it might be my 100 times, oh, me na kason munina ye, and I mess on me, yes, so I know, yes, I know. But there are things, you know, it's beyond on an animal way. New things are coming every day, and we are learning every day. So you need to know petty things. You need to know. You don't have to use chemicals to fish. No, it's not done anywhere. So with this, it's a good one. But I would rather focus on them educating the people around the coastal area to know more about it. I think we have people who also want to do their own, like artificial. We have people who have artificial fish pond in their homes.
Yeah.
People who want to dwell into that particular businesses.
Right.
So with that aspect as well today, they need to know. I think there are certain waters. You don't just go and fetch water and come and pour in the animal. They have things that mix with the water and a whole lot. So all these things too, it needs to be taught out there for people who have the interest into, I mean, fishing. Not like you going to the fish to go and fish, but you also want to create something very small in where you live, your enclave. So I believe, yes, that is all. But my main focus will be in as much as we want to protect aquaculture because they help us. And now we mean to because kenke is fish, they say it. But we need to educate them as well, yeah.
Right. But looking at the location they chose, the Hunter West in the western region, do you think that's the right location? Is it like dominated by fishermen or something?
So long as a hunter right in the western region has been chosen, it means that there is dominance of, I can't say,
fishermen are dominant over
Thank you.
there.
Fishermen are very dominant over there.
Right.
Then I think I said that place when you come to Cape, the
central region.
Some parts of the central region, and I think the Volta region, like Keta.
Yes.
Keta and its enclaves, and then when you go to the OT region, Dambai and its enclaves, it's a fish dominated area in Kasakasa. And now you can even go and exchange fish with a food stuff. It's like barter trade. You don't have to go and use money. So in this community, it's a dominated fish. They have domination of fishermen.
Right.
So I think they're actually starting from where those fishermen are so dominant that their only livelihoods or their means of livelihoods is fishing. So I think they'll start from there before they'll get to other communities where they fish, but it's not too yeah.
Miss Regina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would say that these fishermen have caused overfishing, illegal fishing practices, and also caused coastal pollution, in the sense that sometimes you would even go to buy fish now which is not supposed to be so. You are supposed to go in for the big ones, but they just futu fry. They are just taking everything they see and they just come out to sell it. I think yesterday the Minister for Fisheries said they've revoked 3 fishermen, if I'm mistaken. She said they've revoked 3 fishermen their license because of illegal way of fishing. No matter what we do, I would say our fishes are more important to us, and it shouldn't only be limited to food. Because when you go to the Western walls, they have, I don't know how that is called.
Aqua Safari.
Is Aqua Safari. You go there for tourist sites.
Exactly.
And you see big fishes. And from what I know, they said that those fishes cost millions. Say back Ghana come, there are millions of cedis, so millions of dollars and all that. But right here in Ghana, we do what we want. Akoye say a pono there da ho. Akoye free man's land, but they don't know that there are rules
This is GhanaTalks Breakfast Show,
regulating it.
your morning
So I think
companion.
that is the right step in the right direction, and also they should make sure, as Debbie said, public education. It looks like these fishermen, they don't really know what they are doing. The only thing they know how to do is to just go into the sea, cast their net, and grab their victims. at the end of the day, I think education really needs to go on. And also, these people use dangerous chemicals in fishing, which is bad. At the end of the day, fish now the dangerous chemicals. First off, you should know that the fishes in the sea, they feed on the water, and humans also feed on that water also. And at the end of the day, the fish you are bringing out, which is already poisoned, we would feed on it. That is why sometimes because we do enough food poisoning, most of the times you don't really know where all this food poisoning comes in. So they really need public education, and they need stricter oversight.
All right, moving on. Ramsar demolitions re-engineer the area. Don't demolish homes. Tema Central MP tells government. Member of Parliament for Tema Central, Charles Forson, is calling on the government to adopt a more consultative and constructive strategy in addressing encroachments on Ramsar sites, particularly those within the Greater Accra region. His comments follow ongoing demolitions of structures built on protected wetlands, including parts of his own constituency. Mr. Forson criticized the approach taken by the Greater Accra Regional Minister, stating that demolitions alone are not a sustainable solution. He argued that rather than raising already constructed buildings, the government should consider re-engineering the area to incorporate existing developments into a broader urban planning framework. He stated, "The development has been done. The minister ought to sit down with the developers. We need to regularize the lands, take money from them. Let us develop the landscape. Let us develop the roads. Let us develop the drainage system." I believe that pulling the buildings down is not going to help, because if you pull them down, what's next? Mr. Forson emphasized that while environmental conservation is important, the government must also consider the investments and livelihoods of affected residents. And that is coming from the Tema Central MP, and is telling government that rather than demolishing or pulling down the buildings of these residents, why don't they re-engineer the area? Why don't they sit down with the developers? They regularize the land, they take money from them, they develop the landscape, they develop the roads, they develop the drainage system, and they believe that also believes that pulling down the building is not going to help. Because if you pull down the building, what next? What next are you going to do? That's what he's saying. Do you think that is negotiable enough rather than pulling it down? Because yesterday in the news, we saw that these residents actually petitioned President John Dramani Mahama with regards to pulling down their houses and then their buildings. And this is coming from the Tema Central MP, Mr. Charles Forson. They should go on a renegotiation with these people rather than pulling down the buildings.
Yeah, so
talk to me.
So the Tema, a member of parliament, right? Yeah, he's right, because pulling down or demolishing the structures without taking or bringing out a permanent solution to stop such acts means it's just like you being asked to weed, and then instead of you weeding and then uprooting from the roots, you just use the cutlass to crop the top and then you leave the roots down. And definitely with the roots down, it's going to germinate again. And then you keep on weeding because you are refusing to weed from the roots, to uproot it from the roots. And so that is similar to this Ramsar site issue. Each day and out, we hear people building on Ramsar. This is not the first time I've heard people building on Ramsar sites with government demolishing structures. They be a demolition almost structure there, but still people go on to build on that same land. So the first question we should ask ourselves is, why do people prefer building on Ramsar sites, where I believe we still have lands that are good enough that will not give you much problem? It means there is a question we should ask ourselves. And you see, lands that are being sold at Ramsar site, if the people who buy those land will be sincere enough to you, they will tell you that it's way cheaper. It's way cheaper because the land is wet.
It's wet.
It's very, very wet. So it's way cheaper. And then yesterday we got to know that the Forestry Commission are in charge of this.
Yeah.
So which means that because if the government is saying that he has no hand in it, he doesn't know what is going on, and so they should demolish the structures, it means the government knows nothing about it. And it means they are doing their own thing. So with the member of parliament saying that, see, you have to negotiate with these people, sit them down. What are we going to do? Maybe we are supposed to do something.
Right.
Are we supposed to find a way to ensure that, I believe we have machines that can actually drain water from wetlands and make it a bit solid enough for you to build on.
I don't know if there's something like that.
I'm sure there is. I've been watching it in movies. I don't know whether it's raw.
Okay.
But I'm sure it's raw. You know, the Western world, whatever goes, I believe whatever goes on is what they act for us to see.
Right.
Yes. So there can actually be a way out. Because you demolish them, I'm not sure they will be compensated. Even if they will be compensated, it won't be to that amount that you've invested into the building. What shiegu? So sit them down. What is the way forward? Okay, in fact, maybe that's what I'm bringing on board. That's what we are supposed to do. Then we will do it. Maybe when we move in this direction, it's going to help. Then maybe we move in that direction. But demolishing the structures, it is not going to solve the problem. Next year, we will still have people building on that same land. The government will still order people to demolish it. It looks like we, the citizens, we are not ready to learn. And it's not, I feel like it's not as if we are not ready to learn, because everything in Accra here is expensive.
It's expensive.
So if you get something that is less expensive, you want to go and grab it at all costs.
Helter skelter.
And that is why when you get to that side, if you see the number of people building there, I won't even go to Tetegu. Tetegu here, when it rains, go there and go and see. The whole place is flooded. Even your room, everything is flooded. You have to be when it's rain, you have to be hanging yourself on top of fridge, on top of stuff, so you don't get drained. But still, people will go there to build. People will go there to rent. Why? If you get there right now, houses that are less expensive, to buy a land there to build on, they are less expensive. And when it starts to rain right now, it's a whole issue. And then the government has to bear the cost again. So for the government, you have to sit down and ask yourself, which measures am I supposed to bring on board that is going to be a lasting solution? Because demolishing structures need the emboa.
Yeah, because till date, we haven't heard anything that after demolishing the structures, this is what we want to do.
Yes,
or something.
yes.
I have not heard. I don't know if you have.
No, I haven't also heard. So I believe coming up with a proactive measure, a solid one, of course, that will help is good. Even if we would demolish those structures and still come up with measures that is going to help both parties, like the builders will understand themselves, the government will also understand itself, and then that land will be preserved. Then no, because the flood issues is becoming too much.
It's becoming too much. Miss Regina.
Yesterday we had a conversation on this, and I said it's not really right, but there are certain alternatives or some alternatives we can adapt to rather than demolishing these structures, because a lot of investments have really gone into it.
Right.
So with what this MP is saying, I think I would agree with him, because looking at the Western world, I know everything is not about the Western world, but if these people are able to maneuver their way through this, then I think Ghana can also do the same thing. With that said, we have some part of the Western world that is prone to flooding, but at the end of the day, these people make sure that they get, their rightful expertise, or they get people who are really into this, like the engineering of a thing. They know how to go about it, they know the steps to take, they know the measures to take and all that. So I believe that when it comes to our Ramsar sites, they can also do the same thing. It's all about re-engineering. It's all about getting the proper drainage systems and all that. So it's not necessarily about destroying the properties. As he said, after destroying the properties, and what's next? What is the next step to take? if there's flooding is supposed to occur, no matter what, it will still occur. But the best thing to do is to make sure to get a long sustainability plan for this. No matter what you do, the flooding will happen. Say dying see ho, say dying see ho, the flooding will happen. So what is the best thing for you to do? What are the measures for you to take to make sure that you curb it totally? So I think it's a great call from the MP. And also to people who own the lands, they should make sure. Sometimes I don't know if it's negligence or we are just being ignorant. I thought that we know that this is a land where we are not supposed to build on, but we will still go ahead and do it. So they should also need to check that.
They also need to check that as well. Thank you so much for the beautiful submission, my knowledgeable panelists. And this is where we draw the curtains for the news headline review. Up next, we have Debbie's Grill.
This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show, your morning companion. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show, your morning companion.
Welcome to Debbie's Grill, where we talk about issues that concern the state, void of politics, fear or favor. The Ghana Armed Forces has confirmed that investigations are underway to determine the cause of a fatal military helicopter crash that occurred on Wednesday 6th in the Ashanti region. The government has confirmed the death of 8 individuals in the military helicopter crash that occurred in Range Forest Reserve in Adensi. Among the deceased are Ghana's Defense Minister Edward Omani Boama, the Minister for Environment, Science and Technology, with the exception of 5 other people. According to a press statement released by the Ghana Armed Forces, the Z9 helicopter, which departed Accra at 9:12 hours en route to Obuasi, came down in the vicinity of Sikamai near Adansi. So they has named the crew members and as well said that investigations has commenced to determine the cause of the accident. The technical teams for the Air Force, aviation safety specialists and independent assessors are expected to examine the crash site, review flight data and evaluate aircraft maintenance record. Although the cause of the crash remain unknown, military sources have indicated that all possible factors, including mechanical failure, weather conditions, and flight procedures will be scrutinized. So this is a statement from the Ghana Armed Forces. Yesterday we heard a very bad news, very, very, very bad news. And it shattered our day. It shattered our day. In fact, yesterday I was very devastated. It got to a time I was confused. I don't really know what I was doing. You know, sometimes the person is not supposed to come for your family before you actually feel the pain. This is a national asset. They are an asset to the country. They are people. Even if they were not top officials from the government and it was even normal Ghanaian, personnel in the helicopter that crashed yesterday, it is still a bad news. But unfortunately, we had 8 people in the flight. Minister for Defense, Dr. Mani Boama, Minister for Science, Innovation and Technology, Muntala Mohammed, and 5 other people, yes. And now the Ghana Armed Forces is saying that investigation has been commenced to know, they want to really know what caused this. Because seriously, this, I haven't really experienced this. Since I was birthed into this country, I've heard of issues that happened some time ago, that they said a military plane helicopter got a crash, but there are no fatalities, no one got injured, and then nobody died. But with what happened yesterday, I feel like there is more to that. And I know before a helicopter flies up, there are some checks that needs to be done. They are to ensure we have people, we have specialists for the helicopter, we have even engineers for the helicopter who ensures that everything is in place. This is not a matter whether it is the president that is boarding the flight or a normal Ghanaian that is boarding the flight. They will still need to ensure that everything is in place, everything is working properly. so that it doesn't get out of hand. And so the Ghana Armed Forces is saying that there's a thorough investigation ongoing and they want to really know the cause of this. Unfortunately, no one survived. At least if we could have one person who survived out of these fatalities, we could have actually asked him what happened, what led to this. Maybe he or she could have explained. But all of them are gone. We are mourning, but we still have to know what happened, what led to that. And I was happy when I saw that the Ghana Armed Forces said they were going to investigate. They need to investigate so that we know the cause of this. So if we can prevent such incidents from occurring in the near future. This is not the first time government officials travel with a flight. No. This is something that, that has been happening occasionally. I've seen government officials traveling from Accra to Tamale with a flight. Accra to Volta region with a flight. They do. It's something normal. But with what happened yesterday, I feel like there is more to it. We need to check it very well. Yesterday, I heard a news where someone was telling me that the president was supposed to be in the plane. Our president was supposed to be in the plane. No one knows what happened. It was like, you people should take the lead. Like, it would have been, I don't know. We are not happy. We are not really happy about what happened yesterday. It's got the whole, I won't say the whole world, but it's got everyone in the country shaking. It is something that happened unexpectedly. It was something that we were all surprised. It took us by surprise. When I heard the crash, I felt it was a normal crash. Till I got to know that there were top government officials in it. And I'm sure this helicopter has been used. It has been used. This is not the first time it has been used. So what happened? Is it that they didn't check it well? Was there a leakage? I saw a statement where someone was like, you people have refused to construct our road. You see what happened? But you see, we shouldn't divert the issue like that. We know our roads are bad. We know our roads are not in good condition. We accept it. In as much as they have to put more effort into it and construct our roads. So long as we have the plane and people still travel by aircraft, we have to ensure the safety. Because trust me, all those government officials, they are our responsibility. So long as we entrusted power into their hands and they are working for us, they are ensuring that we have a good life. We pay the taxes to them, and then they ensure that the roads are constructed. We pay the taxes to them, and then they ensure that they create employment for us, and then they ensure our safety. So long as they ensure our safety, then it means that their safety is also in our hands. So we also need to protect them. Imagine the president was in it, every other people was in it. I'm not saying that the people that mysteriously died yesterday, and it's not easy. I don't really belong to them, but as I said, you are not supposed to feel the pain for someone only when the person is in your family. No. Sometimes you hear a very sad news about people you don't know, and then you feel the pain for them. Yes, because we are one people. We are Ghanaians. It can happen to anybody. Death is inevitable. But what happened yesterday was sad. It was painful. We need to check it. The falcon that the president is using needs to be thoroughly checked. If there is a maintenance we are supposed to do, please let's do it. We shouldn't wait for this to happen again. As for Ghana, dear, Titi said now, yesterday was my first time of hearing something of this sort happening in the country. Taking away 8 people. 8 people. It's very sad. But as I said, let's sit down. the Ghana Armed Forces are saying they are going to investigate. They should ensure that they investigate, know the cause, the root cause of this crash. They should know the root cause of the crash and then sit down and think about it. What measures are we going to put in place to prevent such incidents from occurring again? Because if the president is traveling from here to Tamale, I'm not sure he's going to go by vehicle. He would definitely go by a plane. He would definitely go by a plane. And just as we always ensure that our motorbikes are maintained, our vehicles are maintained, it's the same to the plane. They have specialists for the plane, they have engineers for the plane, they have people who ensure that everything is in order. Let's pinpoint the root cause of this and point out and write out what has went wrong and ensure that this does not happen again. Because if we don't get what really caused this and we don't prevent it from now, then it means something of that is going to happen in the near future and we have to prevent it from now. Because I didn't sleep yesterday and woke up thinking that someone would die today. No. So we have to, we are human beings, we have to prepare for everything, both positive and negative, we have to prepare for it. But things that can be prevented, let's make sure that we prevent it. These are national assets. We have to protect them. May their soul continue to rest in peace. But let's do the needful as a country. Thank you for making time with me on Debbie's Grill.
Thank you so much, Miss Debbie. That was very devastating. And I believe that if President John Dramani Mahama was supposed to join that trip, maybe perhaps that wouldn't be the plane he would have used. Yeah. All right, today in history with Miss Regina Bless.
Today in history, 1960, Côte d'Ivoire gained its independence from France. This event marked the end of French colonial rule and the beginning of an independent Côte d'Ivoire. The Battle of Catamanso, also known as the Battle of Dodowa, where the people of Accra defeated the Ashanti, took place on August 7, 1826. This conflict was part of a larger series of wars between the Ashanti and various groups along the coast, including the people of Accra. The defeat of the Ashanti at Catamanso significantly impacted their power and contributed to the rise of British influence in the region. Simultaneous terrorist bombings targeted U.S. embassies in Kenya. 10:30 a.m. Truck bombs exploded at U.S. embassies in Kenya and Tanzania, killing more than 200 people and wounding more than 4,000. The attacks were later linked to the terrorist group Al-Qaeda. Looking at some few observances. Professional Speakers Day. It is a day to celebrate the impact of speakers who captivate and inspire, encourage personal and professional growth, spark dialogue, and foster understanding. Lastly, National Sea Serpents Day. This day is dedicated to commemorating the legendary sea serpents, a creature that has captivated the imaginations for centuries in folklore and stories. While often considered mythical, the day also recognizes potential real-world inspirations like the oarfish for these tales. And that's all for today on Today in History and Observances of the Day, live on GhanaTalks Breakfast Show.
Thank you so much, Miss Regina, for Today in History and some observances. It looks like today we are all down. Please, life still goes on. Let's just pray for their souls and everything will be all right. Yeah. just as we lost former President Atanos, we were able to move on from that. And then we've seen this also happen.
The truth is, everyone will die, but a choir will be first. I'm just imagining the kind of shouting they were shouting, like the pain.
It's not easy. It's not easy. So before we go, can we do this briefly? So Francis Doku urges Ghana to make high life a major tourist attraction. Do you think high life is qualified enough to be a major, like a tourist attraction? Like our song,
local song?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Oh, why do you say so?
Yes. We have our culture, and it's unique. We have our language, it's unique. I've seen foreigners coming into this country, and they have the interest to learn Twi. So singing in our local dialect, or I know now, singing in our local dialect, it will attract. It attracts a lot. Daddy Lumba, he's a high life musician, but he has made a name for himself, even in another foreign world, Germany, USA, United Kingdom, and the video that was held was not only held in Ghana.
Yeah.
Other Western world also held a video for him, which means that with high life you can go far. We can just young person in our with our local language. We see Twi to be way keke. Everybody wants to sing foreign song. Everybody wants to sing, but we have our own. So with our own high life, dynamic culture, our language, I'm proud of myself. Even though I can't speak the Twi properly, but I mean, it's as this kind of a to you, so it can attract a.
So do you think people travel to Ghana because of high life? Maybe to watch the live band, how they...
Some people do.
Okay.
They do a lot. Day in, day out, we have people coming in here to have a taste of our food, to see our culture. And now TikTok, when you go, you see Ghanaians preparing Ghanaian dishes. There is this white man I'm following on TikTok. He prepared fufu. Has been preparing fufu.
Yeah, I think I follow him too.
Like, and then he eats it like a Ghanaian. It's just nice. You see white, and then they love our culture. They want to taste our food. They want to wear our kente. They want to clad themselves in the kente. And then see, they want to even dance their adoa. But they want to. So I believe that the culture identifies a particular entity or a community, and then it pushes to the map. So with our local this thing, it attracts more tourists to the country, and then it pushes us out there.
Miss Regina, do you think anyone at all will travel all the way from their country to Ghana and just come and listen to live band, high life music?
Yeah, it's really there. Because when you follow, as she's saying, there are some white people who have come to Ghana here just to learn how to cook Ghanaian dish. And sometimes when you look at these people, their travel vlog, it's all about Ghanaian dish, and especially their music. Because I think there's an area in Totem called Mampo. When you go there on a Friday night, it's lovely to watch, because these people are going purely high life. And the high life doesn't just come with a song just like that. It comes with a little bit of rhythm. It comes with a little bit of you can say the drums and every instrument. So I feel like it's high time we really, should I say, acknowledge it, because when we make it a greater part of maybe a tourist something, it would really sell, and even in a way it would bring revenue into the country. Just imagine the country organizing one day or setting one day aside for just high life music.
So yeah, let's acknowledge our musicians and let's acknowledge our music as well, because high life can be a major tourist attraction right here in Ghana. People can travel all the way from their countries to come to Ghana just to come and experience and listen to, our suitful music. And that is it. All right. Thank you so much for joining us on the first segment of the GhanaTalks Breakfast Show. Right after this, we'll be coming up with the news. Please stick and stay with us.
Hello Ghana, hello worldwide. I'm level band. Now listen, every Tuesday and Friday, beyond the time it's going to carry bro. Our Ghana Talks Radio, 7 p.m. sharp. Now Tuesday, we're gonna talk about our culture, our history. Matuni ding setete abako sem. Now on the Friday, you bars on bars. You better rap, you better say no artists go join me in the studio. We're gonna discuss about music and business. Konya, or you singer, and now you rapper, you think say you get bars. You go fi spit fire. Now listen, make you join me with studios. Our Ghana Talks Radio, and you say then our day. Me say download the Ghana Talks Radio app, no, our Play Store, any App Store. Na tune in, and say this what you say. Baba live on Facebook, go Instagram, any Ghana Talks Radio page, and so now listen. I bet you fire 1 year, Konya, Wading, Jajan.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with Ghana Talks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With Ghana Talks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. Ghana Talks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. Ghana Talks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
This is Ghana Talks Radio, the best station rocking the nation. We bring you local news, business news, international, sports, and entertainment news. Right here on GTR.
Welcome to the morning news broadcast on Ghana Talks Radio. Coming up, President Mahama declares 3 days of national mourning in honor of the Minister of Defense, Minister of Science and Innovation, and 5 others. In related news, minority mourns therefore for Mani Boama, Muntala Mohammed, and 6 others in helicopter crash. Importers and exporters call for urgent resolution of Ghana Revenue Authority. Consumers to enjoy lower interest rates. These and many more coming up shortly. Do stay with us. President John Dramani Mahama has declared 3 days of national mourning beginning Thursday, August 7th, in honor of the 8 Ghanaians who lost their lives in a tragic military helicopter crash on 6th August. In a statement released by the presidency, all official activities and engagement of the president for the remainder of the week have been suspended. The Chief of Staff has also directed all national flags be flown at half-mast until further notice. This is a national tragedy. The statement signed by presidential spokesperson Felix Kwasi read as the country rose from the sudden loss of top government officials and military personnel. The crash claimed the lives of key public servants, including Defense Minister Dr. Eduardo Mani Boama, Environment Minister Dr. Alhaji Ibrahim Muntala, NDC Vice Chair Samuel Sapon, Acting Deputy National Security Coordinator Muniru Mohammed, and former Member of Parliament Samuel Aboaje. The Ghana Air Force personnel crew members who perished were also involved. The government is calling for a united front as the nation mourns the fallen. Meanwhile, all 8 bodies from the Ghana Air Force helicopter now be transported. There is a strong security presence at the community with military and police units deployed. In related news, the mortal remains of the 8 persons who died in the helicopter crash that occurred on August 6th have arrived in Accra. They were received at the Bema camp in Accra for onward transport to the mortuary for storage. The deceased Honorable Dr. Eduardo Mani Boama, Minister for Defense, Ibrahim Muntala Mohammed, Member of Parliament for Tamale Central, and 5 others. The Chief of Staff, Julius Debre, and other senior government officials were present to receive the 8th casket draped in the national flag. One of the caskets containing the remains of one of the deceased. A full military ceremony was deployed to honor the departed compatriot. Meanwhile, the minister in charge of government communications, Felix Kwachio Fosu, has announced that 3 days of national mourning has been declared. At an emergency press briefing at the presidency, Chief of Staff Julius Debre announced the death of these individuals and confirmed the incident. The officials, together with the crew members, were en route to Obuasi in the Ashanti region for a national event. The president and the government extend our condolences and sympathies to the families of our comrades and the servicemen who died in service to the country, Chief of Staff announced. The minority, on the other hand, has expressed their profound grief over the death of 8 Ghanaians. In a statement issued by the minority leader Alexander Afenyo-Markin, the caucus said the loss of these persons represents a profound human loss that touches the very soul of our nation. The statement continued, "To His Excellency the President, we extend our sincere condolences and the full support of the minority in Parliament in this difficult time. Your loss is our loss, your grief is our grief. In this moment of national tragedy, we stand united with you as Ghanaians mourning together. To the grieving families of all 8 victims, government ministers, members of the majority caucus, the NDC members, military personnel and public servants, our hearts go out to you in this darkest hour," he said. "To all Ghanaians who mourn with heavy heart, know that your loved ones did not die in vain," the minority caucus noted. The minority called for these souls to be honored through supporting our armed forces, protecting Ghana's environment, and working together for our nation's security and prosperity. "Let us channel our grief into renewed determination to build the Ghana they envisioned, where public service is viewed as a sacred trust and every citizen can contribute to our national progress. May their soul rest in perfect peace. May their memories remain everlasting beacons of light, guiding us towards a more united and prosperous Ghana." The minority leader reflected on moments he shared with Dr. Omani Boama, describing him as a man deeply committed to modernizing our armed forces whilst preserving the value that made Ghana's military a source of national pride. On Ibrahim Muntala Mohammed, the Futu Member of Parliament, said his passion for environmental protection transcended party politics. He possessed that rare quality of listening with intent to understand. "I must speak from heart about 2 men I knew not as political opponents, but as a fellow Ghanaian united in our love for this country. Honorable Dr. Alhaji Muntala Mohammed, I may have sat across the parliamentary aisle, but we shared countless moments of genuine discourse about Ghana's future." Dr. Edward Omani Boama brought to his role as Defense Minister a scholar intellect combined with a patriot heart. "In our private conversation, I witnessed a man deeply committed to modernizing our armed forces while preserving the values that make Ghana's military a source of national pride." These personal losses remind us that behind every political position lies a human being, someone's beloved family member, someone's trusted friend, the statement added. At an emergency press briefing at the presidency, Chief of Staff Julius Debre announced that the 2 of them have lost their life in a fatal military helicopter crash. The former Ashanti Regional Minister Samuel Sapon, who was also on board the helicopter, lost his life. These persons were traveling to Obuasi in the Ashanti region for a national event on August 6th when the tragedy occurred. Moving on, Registrar of the Ghana Scholarship Secretariat, Dr. Kingsley Ajima, is calling for the fight against illegal mining treated with the same urgency as responding to death. This plea comes after a tragic helicopter crash claimed the lives of 8 high-ranking officials. According to him, Galamsey has become a significant threat to Ghana's environment, public health and economy. The practice has led to widespread deforestation, water pollution and soil degradation. Dr. Ajimai's call to action emphasizes the need for decisive measures to combat illegal mining rather than just paying tribute to the fallen officials. The government has announced plans to revamp the mining sector, focusing on cooperative mining programs and stakeholder collaboration. Land Minister Emmanuel Amakofi-Boa stated that the era of chaos and conflict in mining communities is over. The new approach will prioritize sensitization and collaboration over violence. He calls for urgent need for collective action to address the illegal crisis and protect Ghana's natural resources for future generations. In business, the Importers and Exporters Association of Ghana is urging the Ghana Revenue Authority and the National Identification Authority to swiftly resolve their ongoing standoff, warning that the situation could severely disrupt cargo clearance at the country's port. The call follows the GRA's recent disconnection from the National Identification Authority's Identity Verification Service, a move that has sparked growing concern among key players in the maritime trade and logistics sector. Speaking at the association's 11th anniversary celebration and the launch of its new website, Executive Secretary Samsi Awigobeth underscored the urgent need for cooperation between the two state institutions to avert economic disruption. Mr. Chairman, this development, as reported, raises serious concerns about data security and potential disruptions to critical services. The Importers and Exporters Association of Ghana urges the leadership of the Ghana Revenue Authority to take pragmatic steps to resolve this issue amicably with the National Identification Authority. He said this is especially crucial given the potential impact on businesses in the maritime trade sector. From a professional standpoint, if the NIA proceeds with deleting its data from the Ghana Revenue Authority server, it could severely disrupt port operations, he added. Meanwhile, the Ghana Revenue Authority has strongly denied claims by the NIA that it owns over 376 million in arrears, an allegation the NIA says promoted the disconnection of the Ghana Revenue Authority from its IVS platform. In a statement issued, the Ghana Revenue Authority expressed great surprise at the NIA's assertions and described the alleged debt as lacking the necessary regulatory and governance backing to be considered legitimate. According to the Ghana Revenue Authority, internal reviews showed that the said amounts relate to legacy liabilities arising from engagements prior to 2025, which insists were never formally approved. As the standoff continues, stakeholders in the import-export sector fear extended delays and disruptions if the two state agencies fail to reconcile their differences promptly. Still on business, consumers and businesses may soon see lower interest rates following the Bank of Ghana's decision to cut its benchmark policy rate to 25% at its most recent Monetary Policy Committee. Kwame Nasomeni, Chief Executive of Stanbic Bank Ghana and President of the Ghana Association of Banks, says the move is expected to ease interest rates across the banking sectors. He made the comment while speaking to the media at the official opening of Stanbic Bank's new Laboni branch in Accra. Inflation has come down. Inflation is now at 13%. You recall a year ago we were in the 20s. It has come down to 13%. 13%. We expect that the policy rate will fall even further. But I think for consumers, what to expect is lower interest rates. Lower interest rates are good not only for consumers, but for banks alike. The burden on Ghanaian consumers from high interest rates has been severe. It has primarily been due to the high inflation rate that we have experienced, and so far we are thankful to those inflation rates. We can make the point that bank interest rates have been moved down quicker than the policy rate, and consumers should begin to enjoy some relief very soon. Meanwhile, Stanbic Bank Ghana's new branch in Laboni is expected to enhance service delivery to clients within the catchment area, individuals and small medium-sized enterprises. The chief executive, Kwame, expressed confidence that the new outlet will deepen client engagement and support the bank's broader growth agenda. There still is a place for physical branches, and so we look at the physical and digital as complementing. As part of its banking strategy, the head of affluent banking at Stanbic Bank, Margaret Obimpe, disclosed that the bank will roll out targeted support initiative for SMEs aimed at attracting and retaining clients in the catchment area. To sports, government has constituted a new 14-member governing board for the Creative Arts Agency, appointing prominent industry figures, including Clement Apofi Boni. And showbiz, it also includes playwright Lateef Batalim Abubakar, as well as former radio host and singer Koku Salome. The full composition of the board, as released by the agency, include appointed by the president, chairperson, executive secretary Gideon Cyril, copyright office representative Williams Akwete, Ministry of Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts Divine Owusu, Ministry of Trade, Industry and Agribusiness Yao Sechi, Ministry of Finance Brenda Bankwa, Attorney General's Department, the Vina, Creative Art Industry Representative Akofa, Creative Art Representative Koku Salome, Creative Art Industry Representative Lateef Abubakar, Creative Art Representative Benjamin Anabila. One seat remains unfilled. The newly constituted board brings together government officials and seasoned creative professionals to steer policy for Ghana's arts sector. Their mandate includes addressing critical industry issues as copyright protection, funding mechanisms, and infrastructure development. The board is expected to commence work immediately following its inauguration. And that's how we end it for now on the morning news in brief. I am Deborah Dawes. Do well to log on to www.GhanaTalksRadio.com for more news updates, as well as logging on to all social media platforms at Ghana Talks Radio. Do have a good morning.
Ghana Talks Radio, #1.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with Ghana Talks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With Ghana Talks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. Ghana Talks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. Ghana Talks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
Hello Ghana, hello worldwide. Na musi level bang. Now listen, every Tuesday and Friday, beyond the time it's going to carry Brell, our Ghana Talks Radio, 7 p.m. sharp. Now Tuesday, and we're gonna talk about our culture, our history. Matuni ding setete abako sem. No on the Friday, and you bars on bars. You better rap, you better say ade. No artists go join me in the studio. We're gonna discuss about music and business. Konya, or you singer, and now you rapper, you think say you get bars. You go fit spit fire. Now listen, make you join me with studios. Our Ghana Talks Radio, and yes, say then our day. Me say download the Ghana Talks Radio app, no, our Play Store, any App Store. Not tune in, and say this is what I say. Baba live on Facebook, Kointakra, any Ghana Talks Radio page, and so now listen. Ebe your fire, 1 year, Konya, Wading, Jajai.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries,
Koko Nikosi, alo komi kesheto.
wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on Ghana Talks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare.
Regina Bless.
Deborah Adoso.
And I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is Ghana Talks Breakfast Show.
Hello Ghana, hello worldwide, and I'm with the level band. Now listen, every Tuesday and Friday, beyond the time it's going to carry Brell, our Ghana Talks Radio, 7 p.m. sharp. Now Tuesday, and we're gonna talk about our culture, our history. Matuni ding setete abako sem. Now on the Friday, and you bars on bars. You better rap, you better say ade. No artists go join me in the studio. We're gonna discuss about music and business. Konya, or you singer, and now you rapper, you think say you get bars. You go fit spit fire. Now listen, make you join me with studios. Our Ghana Talks Radio, and yes, say then our day. Me say download the Ghana Talks Radio app, no, our Play Store, any App Store. Not tune in, and yes, say this is what I say. Baba live on Facebook, Kointakra, any Ghana Talks Radio page, and so now listen. Ebe your fire, 1 year, Konya, Wading, Jajai.
A good morning to you. Good morning to Ghana. Good morning to our viewers and listeners. It's a sad morning, actually. It's a day to mourn. It's a day that the entire nation is deeply saddened with sorrow from the news that broke out yesterday. It's an unfortunate news. It has gotten everyone down. It has disrupted the entire week. But we hope and pray that the heavens grants the entire nation the strength to carry on and recover from these losses that we've made. You're home, but the Radin could be around. It's a Thursday morning. It's a time for our morning discussions, and yeah, we will carry on with that. I have in the studios with me our Thursday regular, Mr. Dubik Stephen. Later on, we will have the NPP and the NDC communicators also join us in the company for discussion. But Steve.
Yes, sir.
I see you in black.
Yes. It is how the whole situation is. It's not a pleasant situation, and then the whole nation is mourning.
The whole nation is mourning.
Yes, the whole nation is mourning. So it's only as the tradition is here in Ghana. If you are mourning, you wear black.
Black.
Yes, so I'm in black to mourn our fallen comrades and commensurate with the families of the 8 people who lost their lives yesterday. And then we pray that God strengthens them, then grants them a good passing into the next world. And if there's a heaven, as people normally say, his mercy should fall on them, and then he should grant them a proper seating there.
I don't think this particular generation has really experienced anything of this sort before, and that even heightens the weight of the entire situation.
In my entire lifetime, even though I'm not old, but I have not experienced plane crash in Ghana.
Wow.
The worst that has happened was the Elwak on. You remember there was a even that one nobody died. We didn't lose a soul there. And aside that, I personally have not experienced any plane crash. The fewer times I've heard is just a scare, like a forced landing or something. But to have a plane crash at this magnitude, this is my first time in my lifetime. I've heard something like that here in Ghana, and it's not easy. It's not easy.
It's not easy
It's
at
not
all.
easy.
It's not
It's not easy,
at
especially
all.
if you've had a personal relationship with any of them. In this point in time, I just hope that the families can have. I wouldn't say would be at peace, but the recovery towards peace would be easy. In times like this, it's not easy, and even though they are not that old people,
that is
they are not old people, so you can see if they have kids, their kids will be young.
Very.
If most of them, I learnt their parents are still alive, like Dr. Omani Boama,
who is an only child.
And Charlie, this
it's sad.
Yes,
Really
it's
sad.
very sad.
From every angle you think of it from.
Yes, it's very sad.
The one of the soldiers who just got married like a month ago. Another one just gave birth.
Another one also just completed his flight training.
Oh, Charlie.
It's not easy. It's not easy. Well, in times like this, we find solace in the Lord, and then all we can do now is hold hands, devoid of political differences.
Sure.
And commensurate with the entire nation. It's not just about the government or the party in power. It's all of us.
Sure.
It's all of us.
Sure. And if we had even lost them on their own personal
journey, that would have been.
It
would have been hard, but you could understand that he was doing something for himself. If not for in the nation, what is a Nodna, Mutala Mohammed and Alaji, that Alaji will be doing in Obuasi.
Like if
not for serving the nation. Look at Omane Boama. He's a medical doctor. At that time, he would have been in the ward taking care of people,
his patients.
Of course. So if not for serving the nation, what would they be doing around that area at that time? Even if they would have gone there, they would have gone there by their
own
cars.
means, not by a flight which would, later on.
I'll address an issue on this.
It's part of our topic. So
you know what I'm going to address, right?
When we get there,
I'll address the commentary made by one delinquent guy who thinks that he knows it all in this country. Okateche Frifa. I'll address him properly today when the program starts. And I hope when the time comes, you not tell me to stop, because I will deal with him right here on this show. I will deal with him. I heard some of his comments yesterday, and it was bad. There's not a time that you say these things. You don't have to say these things at this point in time. Have you heard the video? Have you heard what he said?
You know, as a journalist myself, I've heard it, I've listened to it, I've watched it.
And what do you make of it?
It's a democratic world. It's a free press. He has his platform to, as to say, portray what he believes in. I wouldn't want to curtail his freedom.
And we also have our platform to also reply him, right? If he has freedom of speech, we also have freedom to reply.
I wouldn't say this should be a reply. I would say, as you put it, to address it.
Okay, I'll address it.
In a manner that you think, okay, that is your perception, but this is my own perception
of course,
the entire
I will.
situation. So
I will. When the time comes, I will.
Okay.
I just don't want to start the show by being overly aggressive, which I can be sometimes. But since today is a sad day,
sure,
we would try as much as possible to not allow the emotions get the best of the show.
Thank you.
Yes.
So yes, we are into the show right away. I would encourage you and invite you to join the conversation. You can join us on all our social media platforms. Our handles are at GhanaTalks Radio on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok, and on X. Our phone lines for WhatsApp messages are very active as well. You can text us on 0202-544-614, 0202-544-614. On YouTube, our channel is very active. You can get interactive there as well, and we will be responsive. Getting into the conversations for the day, Steve.
Yes, sir.
There's a topic we've treated already, but I would want your bite on it. The cocoa farmers and the government and the citizens are in a bit of a diverse, I wouldn't want to use controversial, I would say diverse, perception about the new pricing. It is stemming from, to me as a journalist, I mean, I will speak with the facts. That in the previous administration, there was an address by the then opposition, which is the NDC, about the pricing then, where they believe the then administration could have done better, looking at the world market price and how much we as a country is making from a bag or a ton, and with the percentage that could have been given to the farmer, with which they went on to promise that if they come to power, they are going to give that percentage to the farmer.
A percentage.
Okay. But in the new and under the new administration, with the new cocoa price, there has been another twist to the entire situation or conversation, that the government used a percentage then to get a price he mentioned they would have given. And so with the same percentage being used, the price they can give as what they are giving now, but it doesn't match the price then previously, and that is due to some factors which I know you are actually privy to, which you would take us through that. But yes, this is what is going on with the new cocoa pricing. What do you make of it? Do you think the government lied with what they've just done? You think they could have done better, or they should have done better, or you think this is where they find themselves and it is in the right for what they've actually done?
When the opposition wants to accuse the current government of not fulfilling a promise, that's why I asked you to emphasize on percentage.
And I knew why you did.
Yes, I asked you to emphasize on percentages. Okay, so during their time, how much was the cocoa on the world market? It was $95,000 to $100,000 per ton. And in that, in tonnage, you have 16 bags in 1 ton. Okay, so let's divide 16 bags by 95,000. You let me be charitable and use 95,000.
Sure.
Where's my calculator? And they're bare mass. So 95,000 divided by
16.
16. You get 5,937. That is how much in dollars. This one is in dollars. Now let's convert 5,957 using the exchange rate of 16 Ghana cedis.
Was it 16 then?
It was 16 then. Convert it for me. Abi, you have a converter on your phone, so convert it.
I don't have.
Okay, then I'll convert it.
Oh, but you can make your.
No, I want
giving us all these figures.
I want the figures to show. I want the figures to show. Okay, so 5,900. So no, be anya mind. 5,937 dollars
to 16 cedis. Make it 14.5.
Why should I make it 14.5?
You are in a charitable mood today, so at least make it that way.
In 16 cedis. As in cedis. Even now, I'm going to use the current exchange rate,
which is the 10.5.
Yes, even now. Now, yeah. It is 6,300 and no, it's 62,338.
Okay. Per ton.
Yes.
Okay. Wow.
That's how much the cocoa farmer was getting, even if I used today's exchange rate. How much were they paying the cocoa farmer?
How much were they paying them?
3,100. Okay, a lot of factors goes into this cocoa thing.
Yeah.
1, dollar rate.
Sure.
2, world market prices. Okay, so even now the world market prices is not as it was then. Say cocoa ne yen ton say ne a ton or German so no. Say above to $7,200. No, $72,000 per ton. So compare that. It was 95,000. Say of course 72,000. And na ukwaje say sika ni wie na the baha. Oh, bedane no into cities because kuyani no won $5 ne tuya naka. Put the cities ne be tuya naka. So you convert that into its cedis equivalent and you divide it by 16, and on the bema 1 bag sika. And as I say, exchange rate now was 16 cedis, no, which was giving the farmer more. So who exchange who convert this cannabis cedis man? Ebema farmer no more. Now it is not like that. And so active by 6 cedis. On top of dollar 6 cedis eswati it is a dollar no 10 cedis 10.25 no the year calculation na ma and ebo no even though percentage na kwosoro to 70% no it would have a minimal impact on the physical
equivalence
numbers or as in figures. What you say? And this all better now but now say abina dada was saying also about more 70%, or more 70%. No? The problem you are facing now is world market above from. Okay. World market prices above from. Ama FOB prices no so what? And a 2, cedi to dollar rate and also assassin. For what it's worth, a free timer cedi ni make gains. Eba kan sa abrewe senka abane ka say what the cedi equivalent. And the mark we have for now, only Nianka Kuafon Benya. Comsika 1,006. Kakuko no bosso bete. But the government decided that we will subsidize. Nay tria a Kuafonaka senior, nay ye no more share from the beginning of the crop year, no. Say Betriana, and ye tria masa becande. For what it's worth, in 2023 crop season, cocoa board kwa jisika. Sa time near ton cocoa no 26,000 per ton. Kwa jisika wa anfa cocoa no anko, wa nya cocoa no bi anko. Over 300,000 tons.
Tons, yedeka.
Yedeka.
That was Yekotuya.
Yekotuya. Enti a cocoa na ete last year no. Yedibi na bra na bono aduru 95,000 no. Near this 95,000 price no, 26,000. We used that money, that amount of cocoa to pay, and even that one we are not done. We paid 100 and something tons. Now I can't 165 or 62 tons, 162,000 tons. You gusu a ye 3 years akan. From 2017 back on the Afibia cocoa board boka. And he said, "Woman, we no nyina." Sabi, politicians nim we no nyina. Anke was woman na chire mu chire akuafo no say, sabi nya obi na ti ba bi no ofa musika die. Na say ni nti. E na kokoo no boa ankosoro na nim we na wo nka we a. Onya otorofo.
But why so na wo hwe agina to give this education to the farmer? Because
asodie no da ye nyinaa so.
Okay.
Asodie no e da ye nyinaa so because kuani ne ka se ne. Huh? Me nko me nye kuya bia me no kokoo bia ma enye politician no kwa na sofa o. Me no ye sofa bi.
Okay.
Because ye kwaton kokoo no the foreign exchange ne ba e ma economy no ego ma me no yetimi ye adwuma edi adwato e niema ebo a e wo fom so.
Okay.
And the asodie ne na politicians no nkwa so. Se bia asodie ne na NDC fo na e wa ban no nkwa so. MPs na e wo ho no nya Ghana fo na eduatu amuka. Kokoo ne yente kokoo farmers yente omo taxes ne ade. Enya no bi na eduatu amuka. So there are things that sometimes I don't even understand how we do politics in this country. There are things that I would prefer that we don't politicize it. We explain it.
Okay.
Who explain it? We not questions be or what? They will ask you.
Okay.
Now, Kojina radio so, and I wish I may boss over mammy 6,000. And one mammy 6,000. Or shall boss and Kai or no about 6,000. What were the conditions then? And what are the conditions, the prevailing conditions now?
No.
So, make us a brand if you remember baby, I don't know about Name Dayashi, no, my baby, and that. What's in my chantro? Be chantro, saying.
Mamma can name what dying.
Name what dying. Name of fears, they say, Danashi. And I say, Caterpillar will be the caterpillar, baby, Dinago. Send you want to papa if 10 houses or a denta side way. So okay.
Menkai.
I Samirabo, me and you on Kayat now. Nami or dine, Nam Sebrem, if you remember, Diana Bana Sebi. Nipa o to me, Chame, our Romeka from my Betty Wood and a good mamma, baby, and what's my child throw? Me a child throw. How did I lie to you? The prevailing circumstances then is not the same as now.
Sure.
Okay, said last week me baha. Yeah, analysis be me catch say for 3 consecutive years.
Yeah.
Ya ntuko komo.
Yeah.
And there were more than 3 consecutive years. Ya ntuko komo. No mzo mbu afu say atuko komo. Ya the 100 cities atuko komo. Wa more than about more 3 consecutive years. Wa man tuko komo dano. And now must say ya the 100 cities atuko komo nti omodwa. Na namu koma koko for na mu nim ntokwa ye koma koko for e na motana se mvie miensa man to koko mo mantimi anko ntokwa e na opon kroma na mabonten se e na aban na asisi obi wotena aban mu na ye cabinet minister for 3 years ya nto koko mu sata na ofo ase ya yere bi o mo no koko ho
but say omoba tu mu nso omo de sika kese na
na obi a owu within that period obi a no koko owu within that period no o tu mu no mfa so be wo gwa kwanyane no e diskan kwa akoma na wonenam na daka no wo diskan kwa akoma na ho. There are people who were farmers that were discouraged by the non-increment in cocoa prices for the 3 consecutive years who even sold their farms.
Okay.
Converted their farms into galamsey sites. Now when you hear na papa bi ba in the video ba bontia no say did you grow the cocoa for me? I'll cut it down and they will dig galamsey. No nia. Na sa ni pasa no watwa ne cocoa na gu awi a otu ne cocoa no mu a mfa so be na ade abre no. And cocoa production has been in a decline for years since 2017. Omaya ne timi produce close to 1 million tons.
Yeah.
And they are 400,000. And they are 400,000. And no hiamo. Na ya ma kuya for fertilizer free. Ya mo insecticides. Ya mo cocoa spraying.
Yeah.
Mo ba ni nyina mo betwa mu. Akufo ado tena aban mu 8 years wan tua bonus da. Me time mi swa no. Na me papa ko kari ni cocoa okura na passbook. Okwa na ya kari ni atwere. Sa passbook no wodi bibia bedi agora sa passbook no yamfa ni agoro wonim ni entia wo moton kokko ni nyina wi a wonim kuta onsa bosom no friend kuta onsa sa time na bonus ba ohia na kom ho pa no de na passbook ko yesi bonus abo na kua ni bia de na passbook na akire green bi no de ko no akwa akwaje ni bonus
emu box bi sha
no akwaje ni bonus no aba mobile mu betwa mu mfie nwotwe mu antwa bonus yi bi da mfie nwotwe fertilizer na ye de ma cocoa kuani ni free no mo se mo de mo mfa ma free na mbeton no 80 Ghana cedis. Imagine say kuani no cocoa for no $100 of fertilizer 80 Ghana cedis, multiply that by $100.
Sure.
Saying
Sure.
Yet here you videos sashi wom de fertilizer na o mo ba aban mu ana e wo ho no inse so o mbeche no wom de gu ho ama na sey mo nkotu ama na de hwie gu mu esenke fertilizers no esey na kwa bo man na ka ene sa ankrofo we num so wo na e ko ama akuafo
baby crowns na ebinum so ton oh baby
not for sale ni e ton ene sa ankrofo we se wo mo na e ko ama akuafo sa ankrofo we se wo mo na nim ni akuafo pe njo mbe ko ama wo no. Who does that? You see, I always say this. You can be an honest politician. You can be. Everything shouldn't just be about power. And one thing we must understand is that Omaino assign a chi. Ghana Maino assign a chi. Oh. No, my sign a chia. Now, what trajectory near a woman free Kofo Atamels John Mahama. Ni akufu ado be fa isa kwan na so ne na mi
men fe yi metwam menim se wo hu sa video ya a news a media house. Oh, Kabi, man be actually on a kechi. John Mahama is better than that man. Obi him that man.
Aye. Zanya fini everybody. Who's training the crowd say ink. That one no. That one need to change Akufo-Addo.
Oma ko hwehwe driver no umbisa ne say that man. I don't know. I watch a video.
Debbie. Can we say
men share. But Ghana won't win na ma orenwo.
Debbie.
Obi ha comedian.
Debbie. On my sign a cheer. Back to what I was saying. On my sign a cheer. Say, Oshe, bra, na John Mahama nom, if you are buying no more qua. Na inflation, you're saying. Na dollar to CD rate, you're saying. These are the basic economic metrics. Ghana need the share who say, Sabe me hotomi.
Okay. And our inflation as an drop it. Every 13.7 to 12 something.
And the baby or mine one or mine go through baby and what's a niema yen and kakra de banner quam and sensitivity quantum ponum ako.
Okay.
You get it? So yeah, and if you don't do that and we decide to follow the trajectory, Nana Akufo-Addo, yana men pesa me den nanan because onye mi krum hene. And on your grandpa, so the mimi Zana Nana no,
one more de candy.
Meme de minimze, ye canon, I mean, Yasantini, Minaka and Queen and Amete. But minimze, Cassanana, Aida saw hene, and I saw papa, and mammy, and I saw mammy, and I saw mammy, papa, and I say something related to that sort. Of course, so me, I prefer to call him Akufo-Addo, not out of disrespect, but me, I don't see the relevance in the Nana in his name because me I have been conditioned to know that Nana is a title, not a name.
Okay.
You get it? Okay. So I will call him Akufo-Addo not because I am disrespecting him. Indeed, so okay, baby.
President.
Ex-president Akufo-Addo.
Once a president.
Yes. Okay. President Akufo-Addo no. They are mine ko duru ye no a. Say ye kasa ye di wo no machi de o man atoa so sa kwan na so a. Amwai.
Oh. After 3 SHS. After one district, one factory. After one constituency, $1 million.
In the constituency, $1 million, no much on $1 million na ye. O constituency now.
Say honor the ordinary bosses. Be a MC no na one shena.
Why the MC, you know? We say Akufo-Addo, President Akufo-Addo by or ministry and every monitoring and evaluation.
Yeah.
What were they monitoring and what were they evaluating when they claim that they sent the money and the DCs didn't use the money for what they were supposed to do? For 8 years, we paid for the fuel of that ministry. We paid for the salaries. We paid for the staffs. So what did they use their money? What was the purpose of that ministers? Well, me say, or appointee 125 ministers of crewing. Ghana, 31 million people. 120.
may he so rest in peace. But just last week, I think the I don't know if it was Honorable Muntaka or it was Honorable Adongo, but one of them stated that the previous administration appointed ministers much more than the MPs they have in Parliament.
Of course, and I said 125 days, 80 days. This is ground me or 87. So you can understand. You can understand where the country got to, and the kind of sacrifices that we had to do. Say say, okay, let me put it. If the bondholders understood for their monies to be taken by the government, I think that even if the cocoa farmers are sacrificing a bit
for the greater cause,
it should make sense.
Okay.
I'm a cocoa farmer myself.
Okay.
I'm a born cocoa farmer. Yeah, we me to cocoa ase. Growing up, I didn't know any other job than cocoa farming. So I understand how they feel.
Okay.
I sympathize with them.
Sure.
But nobody lied to them.
Okay.
It is just the prevailing circumstances that are different from what it was then.
Okay.
Senka dollar no that's you 16 cedis.
Yeah.
Come 70%. Senka tajo mated ne. So unko dru jomu so more the twa there. Nka inflation that's on nka inflation that's on 54%. Kaba me see if I do everything today, what will I do tomorrow? Think inflation go nyanduru so. Inflation me sure nko obeye ho adwuma 2028.
I watched one of the cocoa farmers and he was saying that say obeje 6,000. Now odebe kwakoto iron rods 9,500. And it's obeje 3,000. Now odebe to iron rods 7,500. On the prefer say 3,002 no. Saying the 9,005.
Of course.
Because with 3,002 no or sign nya free fertilizer ne other incentives. They see an abakra beko university abaye be man scholarship amanako into no. I think say in a way no as cocoa farmers
you see one of Enema wo ye this cocoa propaganda nanti ase ne say cocoa agrafo no say be omunyimi yo wo mo so wa adwen a ye de dwene
sir
omo wa adwen e de dwene just say wo mo anko bebe na anko school but they are
sensible reasonable
knowledgeable people
sure.
in cocoa in doing cocoa farming. Hey, na wuni ma dia ubetimi susu aduro agu machine mu agu afu no so abra cocoa no nsai
sure
also ni ma dia eno ye chemistry
self-taught chemistry
of course chemistry ni biology no mo ye no afu mo no and the what it has say now upon chroma I say when I a finance ranking member on committee ranking member of finance committee now what adwen here say you can guys like the people to follow you are brekwa kana korekere wo no
okay
be honest with them tell them the truth tell them this happened and that happened and that happened and that happened. I listened to him and Randy Abe on what do you call it ecosystem or something and I enjoy some either ecosystem and me read a home upon chroma after so ye ni dede ni na wie ye Randy Abe betna si chire nsemu no I was me read a home no I asked myself will he even have time to listen to what Randy Abe has just said because if he does and if he listened to what the explanations Randy Abe gave, and he being an NPP member knows the truth, then he should bow his head in shame that he wants to take political capital out of his own incompetence. Because how do you win in NPP na kosi? Meboa. Koko ye kwaji isika ye kwaji ba ye ya. Ye nya koko ankwa ye ntimi amfa sika na to. That's the danger in the thing.
Honestly.
Makwaji sika sa me de koto laptops.
Yeah.
Me call a laptops me jiska na say metal laptops 10 me nya 3 me si okay na da foforo na masen akwa 7 na aka no me di sika na to wa madi 7 ni sika na madi afi sun biem na yese me nsan konkoto laptops na mra yese afi yese me mfa sika na 7 ni sika no na megire 3 sika nkoso so nkoto 10 na me se 7 ni sika na madi o afi yese ne wa akopɛ osika na fato 7 ne bra ye be ma 3 pesika na mi kro ya mi san wie ya ma be gina abontin kikam se laptop no kra na wo se wo Maria je film nsem de ma no wo se nka wo to na abo a efu ene de ma student no wo nyansan wo mu excuse nyansan wo san sem we mu sabi obi ani ho na adwi mu da ha obe make this kind of argument but sabi Ghana ne wo no yen politicize bibia yen yedede sa na amanfo nyi ni but you can be honest. I don't understand why politicians don't want to be honest in doing politics. Tikoko for one of them I'm one of them. I understand them.
Sure.
And I pray that and near my best son, Semecas and near my best son, and yes, I may bomb pies a dollar and cost room sick and cost. That one I can never pray for that. And near my best son, you say, Oko word marketer, a born cost in an appreciable quantity. Na yetimi abana timi adada niema ni kakra na de ahoto aba sebe se oje koko no ayi no kra 1,000 cedis na ko duru dwom na cement 30 Ghana cedis ofa hu dwane and the times enye ade na awoton no ba woton ade ni wi a oji sika na o de koto den na sa de kro no so boy sen
ampa okay.
So all this should go into our analysis, and we should calm down and let people understand the circumstances. In Tia, Yatuko Kunum, Wamoji 70% of the FOB price, a producer price, not also Sikanye 120 cedis.
All right, me that's a power when she ma would my queer for or mutie and no pay. A fee, yeah, coso crano. Nay, be share topics, and nay, war the topics we have for the day. Itself, and the first topic we are looking at is the EvaTex. I don't know if you've actually listened, you followed that, but I know you have. I know you have a lot to say about this.
I have. A little bit.
Yeah, cause I can't say any Braba studio, senior. Yeah, you know about Mabel. Yeah, Santo Anderson, national black and red. Oh, yeah, about the so. And I had the Ananka Debia or Janity. So, Nedian and I say, about the cool. Nana Aquaba. Yeah, Mamma shedding no party so.
Yeah, that's it.
Wabaka and said the near them common air shes one na. There be a year do EvaTex who are threatening a lawsuit against the Ghana Airport Company Limited for the cancellation of a contract they have with them. This contract, what you that is it. But EvaTex say Ghana Airport omo contract be a and they don't agree to that because they've already even made an investment of about $60 million into this contract and its execution.
Investment in a day by day.
For that, we are yet to.
Omato Todd Nema.
But probably.
And I'm for money,
maybe more secure spaces via or Mother Bay, all these things.
For money, Mango. Say me buy in here, say I'm a client, say mental camera, Missy, and I'm in a sponsorship, Beba. Money mencha. Na mo se mo no menya contract bi onya me camera na me page akọ
o ba say bia yen so sa agreement ni na ma wo compare bo se akra de koto
even in the agreement it stays in the agreement say Ghana Airport Company person wo twa contract no ma the only thing he has to give them is 1 month notice no premise yen ka say bia why misconduct why you say yes say obi person wo twa contract no mu a Oma 1 month permit onye hwe kro timi twam ni obehia say oma me say 1 month permit 1 month heads up okay and contract omu nya ntwa mu omu ka chom say next month in a better key effect into omu de ama omu dada into omu kokote the court dan is you obi atimi kokote
but have you learned about that particular contract
nya ne de o chere gabi o chere da kokko yi
there be Paula Domoche.
Oh, sorry. Zo mu nyina watch it say. Ono na mi hianu ntia.
Ono nso de onsan.
Ono na mi hianu ntia. Ono am de adomoche ko ho ayi.
Yeah,
OSP ho no.
Yeah, you could detain.
Okay. Na eno asambe no me ntia so asambe animo.
Oh. Asemu nim se Ghana Airport ni asem ana contract nankasa asem bi anim ana you don't even think there's an issue with that.
What I have read about the contract, if there are additional information, that one I don't have. But what I have now, the information I am privy to, airport company can terminate the contract at any time they wanted. What they had to do is just give them a month notice, and they've done that.
Okay, but
so it doesn't matter whatever investment that you've done. You in the contract, it didn't state that if you make investment into this amount of money, you are to be reimbursed.
Okay, but do you know the reasons with which the airport company limited is terminating that contract?
Who here reasons, baby? Who here reasons? Who here reasons?
Now, don't person only me. Say what's all chimney here. Anna.
Here for a copy contracting in the first place. Airport company in the front almost a mama age, mamma. Can airport company from some mama age, mamma? One more than a soil on Moko airport company who say, you who say, a dear we, Simato, ha Momia Mrania Mabwana Montanetano. Isn't it the case? And a Mukoko drew ye, and a contracting is signing in a bay. December 4th, 3 days to elections, and a contract is signing here. So the contract has been in force since December up to the May, July. And this for that period of time, now airport company whom fast war contracting on no sign so. Now ni Jumana Okazo ube diabo airport company no hunua. He has every right to cancel it.
But what the Yansha near LED to even them coming to get this contract? Do you think it was on the right merits?
No. One is a accountants. I think it is accountant something. I don't know their name.
I see.
Yes. One is on my bab on time because it's uncle for no money license or money accountant. Na me ameti here ya menya accounting there. Me then koka se me ko bo obi amana ya accounting. Yeah, man, so sourced, and you're competitive tendering. So sourced, on one acquire near the or contract amount on one, and you only part being a pre contract no nyai on one.
Like, what kind of sacra I think say you are being a bit charitable to them. The companies that bid, none of them were picked. Well, Mukro man bid you.
Man bid
Anna, bra poor they buy, yes.
You see, the whole thing, me, I don't want to mention them. You know why I don't want to mention them? Because the whole thing is still under investigations. It's in a poll, me boni dimba, me more dimbi. I just saw connections on Mensia. My Japanese woman,
Mensia for
Mr. One the Kai.
Mensia so be castle.
Ayo. My Japanese Mensia and Hana. Echinabi. Yeah. Yakoba him for be pana. Ya betwa me so se na ye odiki. Intimidate me pese me body. You get it? Yeah. So looking at these things, if the contract has been in force since December up till July, and then the Ghana Airport Company is not seeing value for money or value on the contract that they signed, they have every right to give you the prior notice, the 1 month's notice, and terminate it. You have every right to head to court or do whatever you want to do. Okay. But, you get it? Who go through court? Now court and no say who deserve $300 million. Now you could $300 million near so I have a fatem na 3 article. Court obeti me abusa so money and here no. Say Ghana.
But the CEO, she's still at post. Why?
Why must the CEO go?
Okay. First of all, according to Airport Company Limited, they didn't even need an external body.
External revenue assurance
service. Their internal body did what was required of them, and they did it perfectly. Secondly, their internal body has about 9 workers, 8 permanent, and then 1 national service personnel. Now, looking at Evatex, who is a sub company of SML, who we have a history with, due to the GRA issue. And think, ne papa mukra, we shouldn't even have had anything to do with them again. But they still came under a whole different context where Kwanke was so mofa banukra or one farmer. ye kofa omo ne ye de omo be share yenkom. And as the CEO, you signed to the agreement. And now you are telling us you didn't even know that Ivatex didn't have the license to operate. Secondly, you didn't even know Ivatex had only one employee. How can a revenue assurance service company have only one employee? I'm a product of accounting. I do accounting. And if we go for audit services, and that is just for a small company. You're quite external audit.
Oh, Mary, I said, me, I will can you know. Now, where does the CEO derive powers from? Have you asked yourself that question? Board directs, na CEO are implemented.
Okay.
Meboa.
Yes.
Why not a board channel? Board in the say company in the direction I kuni. Na CEO ako implemented that direction of the board.
Okay.
And yes, a corporate structure. And this Paul Adomo chere no money or mom go board no say mon fama Ivatex. Wo mu ni adwuma ni kura be adwuma na mon fama wo no mo. Si wo no ne hwan. Ka ka say conforce call na ne ba yare odin be fa hen. Only choice.
Okay.
But I have always had a problem with say woman no that's what ho.
Okay.
You get it?
Yeah.
I understand her competence. Meaning say oni madwuma no ntin or that's what ho. But the thing is that say me or my oti hui and I dey che me by me no like we have a vision for the show Thursday shows.
Yeah.
And I me buy na pa kwazi ka chem say wo yi wedi. Na nipa na ode ne buy no has a different vision to mine. What I have to do is that I don't have to wait for say me nipa na be crash it will show no so. Answer my call. I will just say that because our visions don't align,
I am just
Make up.
ways. Okay.
which I believe that is what the woman should have done.
Okay.
Because Nanado ne Paul Adomo chere nom and now no wo mu vision here in line. And again for ji wo madwuma free wo nsam. So what do you have to do? You walk unless say o person ka chere me say now ye double agent. Who believe her? What did I say? This is Obiaba Obedidi no. If that is the case, then fair play to her because she played her cards well.
Okay.
You understand?
Sure.
Because MPP for electoral losses, baby now almost CEOs crowd for Majuma, call more crowd on fee. Meaning says CEOs not for Majuma, baby now we and easy for. And see, I understand why the woman is there. But if it was as I just explained, Senka or ne Mahamanom, ne, as you didn't get Tianom, ne NDC party, no, I didn't come and Krumwa, and for my Juma, on for my regiment on one no, now a monk for beer or ne a bino, ne one penny for a dear by any more adrian cob and Krum on my Juman.
Okay.
What I say?
Sure.
Say Hard Village, yeah, or Musi. NDC proposed in 2016, and I'm free about
Okay.
and I could father bet twice.
Okay.
And on us when Sassy and Oko and a Mahama Aban or twice.
Not to us.
And you hear, Mamma and Kansan, or never have an watching dubbing crew. And this is a work as sanity.
That's here. Into more.
Yes. So, what can I say now? Here near Manoa says I didn't one by all who said John Bodu that's all office. Say John Bodu or on way in a name so MPP name. Obia we yin anim so MPP ni bia no NDC baa no okọ na na akomya da so TSTC telling you na that so Ghana Airport Company.
Okay.
So you should, these things you say assembly near dance here you try assembly who be at the dance and so far she is the only CEO Akufo-Addo na appointing now that's what
Okay. All right. So wrapping up on the Ivatex issue on Ankasa, what would you say about it?
Ivatex has every right to exercise their legal right. What I say?
Yeah.
They have a legal right. And the me share that enka so munni wo mo kokoto mo ko ene. Court ne dey see ma obi a.
Okay.
But say ne say dun kati akan no. Eno nye na meka tie for na nkasa ni.
Na den no kan ye.
Okay. O kan ne say dun kati akan.
Me nim.
I say any idiot can go to court.
Oh. Sabo panu so yo.
Ndi sa na okan, ndi say ne okan no na no. Sa na che.
Okay.
Ndi Ivatex betimi akọ court.
All right.
But say ebebua abma omo say o ma boka $60 million. Ndi aban into omo $60 million ama omo no. E ho na me twen.
Okay.
Say court no bua sa wi a o de nchirechire mu beba. Say ni na me say Ivatex for yentua sa $60 million na mama na say ma ball man na ka mo. Nti sa abra na so a yebe hunu na ya kan mu so na ya ba be penzem nti but until then they have every legal right to go to court. Yet here na me say wo se mawia wade e na ade me court a wo ko duru court a wo nkyere ade kro na ayera no so obe kire kwan me fa so wi ai and court no dey otimi ko court no dey obi otimi ko.
Okay, Mate, no that's Mabel.
Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning, Akwaba.
Yeah. Good morning to BBI and good morning to my brother.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning to you as well and all the listeners and all our viewers, all the digital platforms. Me po macho say ene no de yasanto ano e wo baby maybe on eti ha. Nti no mesra mo say enemy Facebook fans am hwe me na me chia me dem ase. I've seen your comment and I'll respond to it later. Midin Chakasi Ebeko Miami President His Excellency John Dramani Mahama ni party penny phone na all leadership and equity all Ghanaians in this country. Mayeni na yako say enye easy fit and drive not being myself but mechanic say na ejumani city and we still have to serve the nation.
Yeah.
So that is why I'm a pay yasan sorry abba into no for now let me just say this for now. We all believe say the company nankasa Ghana messa it's for some me say if my words are not being right. Ghana Airport Authority and Ghana Airport Company Limited. Enye company was said to Nase.
Sure.
Yeni na yenim say one of the major economic companies Ebuaye Ghana mine. If you say is the largest I'll say is the largest transport agency we have under the our economy.
Sure.
Ebuaye economy, boosty economy, no, whether we like it or not. Into no, Mecca say sometimes John Dramani Mahama say your decisions be more yana meno from time of my points missing no. I just being quiet, I just don't comment on certain things. Say why I don't know the opportunity on my way. Yes, almost appointment committee so. Some of them be honoma omuye mistakes na ya kasa fa ho na oma retrieve but company like Ghana Airport Auto Company Limited, I'm not sure say John Dramani Mama but ye Shanghai to a extent of say nanka ode yan kasa ye maame onabo obi adako ebekwa akoka ne ho as deputy na obeka say maame no ontena ho na yen nipa me ni deputy and so say na saying why we assign to so on mama case project and so no. I'm not sure say John Dramani Mama onim nipa ote ho and so no dey Dramani man. So I'm saying this for Ghanaians to understand the fact say so if this information has come out say the company involved are trying to say that they want to sue us Ghanaians for as say one of our companies are saying say they want to terminate their contract and we all know say there was a change of government and if there's a change of government say procurement will be going rounds, auditing, and a lot. So we should. It is very normal. Say anybody's contract or anybody's appointment or anybody's line of duty may be terminated. You see,
but is that a much valid reason to terminate a contract just because there is a change of government? I am a medical contract and whether it's on good merit or not. Should we just say, for the reason that I'm a new government, I can't work with you?
As I earlier indicated before, and I told you that there may be audits.
Okay.
Since there's a new government, auditors be around. Obi am pese sorry keke. Na oba be at the end of the day no be boni di ahye no. Because even when you are here, before obe sorry, obeba ebema wakonya set na ha no. We make sure say oba check it say all the functions of the machines are working right before you sit down, right? Into the so definitely there's something that that's what I want to drive at. They just can't just get up and say. But what I wanted to say, I just want people to understand the fact that it is something that you could expect that it can happen, because at the end of the day, as I said, there will be auditors back around things that maybe before normal overshadow now. People for bar on shenitra or no make sure so be a full stop or comma in every contract. And so now or be a bayaka. Don't forget, say we already have the mentality and we already have the evidence. Say there's a lot of government, there's a lot of companies under the government enkoye in nayen who be in nayen who say there's a lot of people who has loot Ghana. So it is very normal or usual. Say you uber sorry now what to say. You might be notice say we don't need your services anymore for the betterment of Ghana. Moreover, as a me Brian Kano, courts or honor. If you don't understand, that's why we are in a democracy state. If you don't get it, in they then almost court. You see, when the president came, certain directives, say, from immediately, like say MMDCs, or by no casino, I'm terminating everybody's immediately free. And only a constitutional, what I say, and I am definitely when you can say or buy and say, Munko or more be a notice. When you say, who or one, I may pay me away through honum. And to say, your mom notice, say, you terminate your contract. To me, you should quickly go and sit on the board with them and see why you want to terminate it and bargain with them and let them know, because at the end of the day you went into agreement before they signed. The person who signed your agreement, she is still in office. So if she has given you a letter, say they want to terminate your contract, you just have to add organize a meeting with them or call for a meeting with them and send them a notice that we want to meet you. And if something that you own it perfectly, go and read back. It's not business you are doing. At the end of the day, the money will not go into government coffers. It is going to you, your company's account. So if if government says that I'm giving you 1 month for you to terminate it, for me to terminate your company, I cannot work with you because of this clause that this person accepted you into the system. My system cannot accommodate you. It is up to you, a business personnel, to go there, a business entity, to go to them and renegotiate. You understand? You have to renegotiate. So, as if you're a young royalty, your royal family, see, you see, Hini for Frau, Hini for Fona Bacacho say, what my own letter? Whether you like it or not, we can say, we can say, we will court. Or one of say, might be one man. He has to see to it now their day. And so me just say there may be reasons. There may be a lot of reasons. But for them to come out to threaten us, the law court is there. We are in a democracy state. Nobody stops you. Nobody stops you from going to court. The court is an open place for everybody. You can just walk in and do your case and everybody will come. So if you want us to use our state finances to go to court, it is fine by us. We have a state attorney general that will come and stand in the so just go, we'll come. So me, for that, I just don't want to talk much. I don't want to just go into it. The court is there.
Okay.
If they think they can't go and renegotiate with the authorities or the new board, don't forget that Pawanumachi was the chairman of the board, and right now Onukrano or Ojaso. Moreover, the board decided to accept everybody. As a CEO, what's the name? Brian, as a CEO. So BRC my share papers. Don't forget, it's not a CEO no coffee papers and son or best sign. There are people will be more Juma.
Okay.
There's a department who goes through that processes and accepts people's contracts. The last person who is supposed to sign is a CEO. Until no CEO, they will take a letter to the person and say, oh, we've checked everything, so it is good. This is the person's appointment or whatever. I don't know the title. Then or the call command no assign the common letter to the person.
Okay.
Then the procedures go through. There's people involved, and the people that are involved they are out of office. Now a new board is in office now, so the new board has gone through a lot of people's documents, and they think the other body didn't do it right. They don't want to imagine they've seen something. So for the noise or the articles, and it's normal. It's normal in the space.
Okay, thank you, Mabel. Now, Steve.
Yes, sir.
Before we move on to the next topic for discussion, let me get you on this one. So with this particular issue, yes, the court is there for everyone to walk into. We said the democracy we are living in, as Mabel also spoke about earlier. But if we should go to court and this Ivatex should win, look at the monies we as a state is also going to pay to compensate them. Have we also considered that?
Okay, let me flip that same question.
Okay.
And then ask, what if you go to court and they lose?
They lose?
Yes.
Okay.
So it is. That's why I said that per the information available to me.
You think we as
I
a state,
think we as a state have a right to terminate the contract and nothing will happen.
Okay.
Yes. So they also have a right to go to court, test the law. I don't think I'm running. So let them go and test it. If they go and they win, so be it. If they go and they lose, so be it.
Sure. Okay, thank you. The next question, the next topic for discussion, it is to that which we are all in black today. We are mourning, saddened, and sorrowed as a country and as a people. And that is coming off the tragedy that befell us as a country yesterday, where 8 of our statesmen, including the Minister of Defense, the Minister of Environment, Science and Technology, the Deputy Chairman for the NDC, Squadron Leader in the Ghana Armed Forces, and about 3 other people who serve the state. Yesterday, there was an event in Obuasi. This event was to address and reinstate or reinitiate the community mining, which was introduced by the former administration, which to the mining society, it was taken over by a different definition to which it was actually initially intended to serve. In that, now a community mining which should be for the community, now we have strangers coming in with license, people we don't even know, alien to our society or community, come in to mine, make the gains, destroy our water bodies and our forest reserves, and then leave with the proceeds. So what becomes of we, the people or the community? So then the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources in collaboration with other state agencies, the Environmental Protection Agency, and I can't even believe I'm about to say this. The person who was actually supposed to be the guests was the president himself.
Yeah.
And he had another engagement with a church, his church. So he decided that the Minister for Defense and an entourage should go instead of him. And he would attend
the Minister of Defense, the late Minister of Defense. Is one of the people the president trusts with his life. He would sleep and then let them guard him. Let him guard him if he has to. He trusts that man with everything. Today, I'll tell you a story about why or how Ufusuampofo. I see don't get your contested Ufusuampofo. Okay. It was just about, what do you call it? Director of Elections and head of IT of the NDC. Okay. And the controversy in man Ufusuampofo a contested. I say don't get your contested Ufusuampofo for the chairmanship.
Okay.
In 2020, NDC foko yi Ufusuampofo. Na omosanko yi John Mahama wiye no omunyanyi John Mahama, but they were in the process of going for that elections. So now they were doing appointment. Said Director of Elections is an appointment in the NDC. So Mahama then told them that Montaigne Yakoto primaries new year, whoever wins would have an input in who becomes the Director of Elections and IT.
Okay.
Ufusuampofo said that NDC constitution ono na ye penny wo dani mu sesia enti ono na be
be Director of
Elections.
Okay.
Eno koyi obi. Me mpese me boni din.
Oh boy, anke be boy. Oh say, there's not a it's not for my sake. I mean it's for the sake of
the na ka kire. Wo hwehwe na ka kire.
Ogoto de na bodwe.
Wo hwehwe na ka kire. Eno koyi nipa no. And then it appeared that na nipa no nim na djuma. The person didn't know what he was about. So the misfortune that before the NDC in 2016 when they couldn't collate their electoral results followed them into 2020. So in 2024, prior to the elections, prior to what do you call it, the primaries, like asking the executives, the decision was made that Sweden Ketia ever contested Ufusuampofo, and he contested him and he lost.
Okay.
And then
Ufusuampofo lost.
Okay. Now Mahama had to bring in somebody he feels can do the job. That is the genesis of Omane Boama becoming the IT director and head and director of elections.
Okay.
And he said, Ope nipa na atwa Mahama ho ahia. Mahama gi ono mu di say adwuma na me de hye ne nsa obetimi aye pa na the late Omane Boama is one of them. Ndi enye me nwanwa say na president ni ntimi nko a o delegate Omane Boama say only delegation nanimo. And it wasn't just about Omane Boama nko a. Omane Boama Yeye Muntaka, Sami Jemfi. That they were the first Leicester Eba Senko also Mko program. Something happened, Muntaka and Timianko. The day before say program no beba sono. Ena akon to buy na Sami Jemfi koi. Ene a cow mane boama ni Muntala. Ena Alaji. This thing is some way.
Okay, but Steve, it's a plane crash.
Yes,
it's an accident. why are we as a people and other state figures calling for a thorough investigation into what happened?
Na nipa nte nneɛma bi ase na wonte ase anu obusane akyerɛ mu in aviation accident my investigation not to what they are plane na plane de nam. You understand?
Yeah.
Every plane has a black box. It records everything.
Sure.
And the investigate plane nam wire or on one who investigation or so on what nam. And the plane no kwateto. What we have to do is locate the black box and one on
which we can't find.
Do you think they will tell you if they find it? They will not make that public. National security issues and when they pick the black box, they will not tell you who knows it's a black box. Do you know what the black box is? Now, a phone for now,
and I was actually coming to not to cut you off. I was coming to the fact that even if it is found, this is an issue of national security. Are we going to be privy to whatever information they get?
Neglect on somebody's part, they will come out and see.
Oh, really?
Yes, they will come out and see.
Okay.
Just that some details of seminal would be encrypted.
Okay.
Yeah, but the general overview of what happened will be made public.
Okay.
What do you say?
Sure.
So I understand people's calls for investigations and all that. They should calm down.
Okay.
Let the families and the loved ones for these people grieve.
Okay.
Let the state agencies also do their job. And you be an said be who black box no be who. And then you be answer the black box no man I saw on obetumi. It might even be say per the configuration of the black box. We cannot do in the investigations here. We have to take it outside the country and get the investigations done.
Okay.
There are some technology you need be Ghana. Enti here obia main or manebo man change the president. The president wouldn't want Omane Boame's death or the people involved. I won't just use him, but the people involved that go unanswered if there was a wrongdoing.
Okay.
If there was a crime involved, the president won't just sit down, fold his arms, and allow it go unanswered.
Okay.
So we have to now be in a sober mood, calm down, and let the state agencies work. Nagana for be a person too much. We put people in places to work on our behalf.
Okay.
Assemble, I was saying, you're more with the benefit of the doubt. No, near say, who does that?
Okay.
Samuel Family Juma. Now, Jimmy say, I am competent in now, dear Juma Mammy. Now, they be okay, the infant say, what mammy in Drusementon as a pharmacy shop.
Yeah.
Now, if ye and apparently, Panabato, no, send out Chamano, also a nominal about who, and Manan Conum, you know, make Jawa Jumama.
Okay.
You get it?
Yeah.
Because you employed me because of my competence. Ghana the Omani share or more Omani show once as it's because or much say, or maybe Timia Boo Mino, send ye a pen. In the Sabre way at orange my ball mino. Mumma yabotre. Na ye Omino. Benifona down mine and him no. And ye Jumano.
Okay.
Let me delve into a chase issue in just a minute.
Before you go into that, I want you to do that lastly. Before you go into that, I know you want enough time to do that, but I also want you on this. Have you, if after the incidents, there have been some conspiracy theories coming out? There are people's posts showing that somebody spoke about this some days ago, that on the 6th of August, this could happen. Something like this will happen. A tragedy will befall Ghana. And on the 9th, another one will happen again.
There
has been 9th, I think Saturday. There has been another video circulating of a prophet giving a prophecy that there is going to be a plane crash. And so we should pray for Ghana because it is going to involve some leaders in the country. All these things come. What do you make of this? If they did come out and we didn't take it for what or how we showed up or whatsoever, like what do you make of it? Do you think this was just a coincidence or this was something we could have paid attention to?
You see, I'm very spiritual. If you look at my background, na me papa a Pentecost, sorry penny. Me mama gusua a Pentecost, sorry penny e kase. Yeah, we met to Pentecost. Me Dean Stephen here that me so Pentecost so for Pastor Pierre Kubi and they told me. Me yes, me course Sunday school. Sorry quiz. Me Bible minimum pa. Sa kopem se manyini ya medete he. But eniema bi wo ho a. Wo ya ho hwe a enye yie. Yesu Kristo mpo a oye Nyankopon ne ba no. Edu mre bi oka kire Nyankopon se agya se be ya nka kuru we die. Mane nyede. Enso den is here kuru an pare no.
So no as open enye ho.
Of course.
No matter who sees it and what we do about it,
there's nothing that you can do about it. Okay. And you see, when things like this happens, you make people question God. And some say, "Bana jina bontin based on everything." And then Yankopon yichire me, and then Yankopon o yichire adentin won si anokwan. People will start asking these questions. Yankopon si o yichire, no will see anokwan. Any Bible mo.
Okay.
And the identity now, what the end of the Yankopon yichire wa won si anokwan. Somebody can also say, "Udinya o pesa o GNT." And a wow, kwashe baby need to me be a kwa pam ebe yes I deal with say no be ba e be sia mo aba abonte aka se me di kan kan no waje udin. It is possible. And me no hu ensem bi say isi a momma ye nyina ye calm me down. Okay. So ye sofo no hu bibi say ya. Me ohun bibi say ya ohun fa Minister of Defense no ni Ministry of Defense. No ni more. Me na no waka akere me no. Ote ye me wo mane bo ama number. So what was he telling Ghanaians to do at that point in time? He could have gone to the Minister of Defense. He could have gone to the Ashanti region, or he could have gone to the Ashanti regional minister. Told him say, "Penny, say ni na mahu. Afa penny we ho. Enti boa me ne enko no ho. Na me enko kire na kwan, me enko ma na kwan kire." Tema Nyankopon yi kire saa kwa ya na ozo obekunu ya me we fini din. E Bible mu a o se onya nkunu ama ne 16 years aka na. Okay, saa kwa.
Me kai saa story no.
Before na Nyankopon soma nso nko sa asem kire. Okogina apepo so na bo dawuru ana so okọ ne nche na koka kire no.
Akọ no ho na koka kire.
Tama David efa obi yire no. Nyankopon yi kire Samuel no. Okogbo David amane no. Okogina apepo so ana kurom dwom na kan ana so okọ David ho na kobo na amane. Sebe mo ye asofo a mo ma adwemu na ho. Na mo mfa plan no so they are laid down procedures a Nyankopon de ato ho ama a Christofo ne asofo so mo mfa so.
Okay.
And never be radio aba. And you tell radio so how you talk anyhow. Just because you have audience inti assembly na ye ka assembly wo ha Nyankopon kra hye ne say ye ka kire nipa okokoam.
Okay.
O ka say time Nyankopon yi ne ho adi a kire your friends saying Moses e o sere no so no no ndimi ntwan ma Moses makuro mu menanti dwom no onyu ne ho ngire no nso okohia no okokoam ina yi ne ho adi kire no man tax.
Okay.
So for no Nyankopon ofre asofofo na ofre mo obedwam enyo mo anam na Nyankopon ofre o mo na Nyankopon na ofre no wa amfre obedwam mu a odi asem to okoma so so koka kire obi na wo beka no bedwam.
Okay. All right. What your issue with Okatechi no? It's 9:42. I'll give you 3 minutes to do justice to that.
Okay. Yeah. Ghana Haiti. Sebe. Excuse my language. Yeah, so some kwasia some so o man we mu too much. Say nipa wuo, nipa nwotwe. Enyo omo na etu omo kwan. O man ne dwuma no omu kodi. E na omakonya nkwanhia na omawuo. Na okatachi free fa so microphone ni TV tena na nim ka se sabe sa nkrofo no nye nipa nchen nipa nkwara 15 na wo mawu wa Ashanti region na opeso o kire Ghana force anya bia akufo ado ne MPP na okoma omo no wo motena ba mu 8 years no accident bi anse obi wu o Ghana ha emu ne hin na akufo ado after accident na akufo ado call mo ho ene omo commensurate ye yeto aba wo ma nipa nwotwe ewu o Ghana ha akufo ado nya akwanya so wo ka ho asem no o say a few regrettable lives a few Joe why say wo me ya akromfo Joe why so nya MPP ni no ye my deputy speaker sata no no katachie adwen obi ageda ba bi nti wan hunu nyansa ameka hwe and no katachie free fast TV eso camera si nanim ekeka sabe nsemfon ahihye nipa awroba senka enye se oman ne so omo a omane boama a oye koforiduani no oye medical doctor ewo 37 o jai de koye private hospital adwuma no nka okopeden wo adanse sabe mutala ya minu atani katamale ho sa mere nko odi wabie na nantwe mafulani fo di o machi ebia wakodo na aburo tractor so okofa nka okopeden wo adanse oman no asoma nipa amoma kwa akowu amoma kwa akonya akwanhia awu okatachi free fa se enkora dunum bi ko asori program no mu free asori program no makonya accident awunti nka o mampani nti agia ne chacha mu enko enkora na so no mampani ne nyes ane de onni hutumi bia se anase ye ni hutumi se ye commensurate with we no ma o mawu no menka enkora na abusuafo yawo menka asema ebe ma abusuafo na aye omo ya ba sebe o enkra na wo mu atu o mu kwan meboa they went on the journey travel on their own, so you cannot even equate these things. You cannot try to equate it. Mesuma me ba oja ho na ja kwahye no a kafra na meka kire no na mansuma no no koja no ho na ja na hye no a meka kire say mesuma ho. Is that not the question that you're going to ask? So what is Okete Jeffrey for saying? What is he trying to do? What is he trying to achieve? Is he the only sensible person in this country? What kind of stupidity is this? And it's like Obian Kashin, and he has been doing this for far too long. What Jimmy do? Excuse my language.
We will excuse your language. Yes, true. Now, woman in a class, you're the basic here. But maybe. Yeah. People are calling for investigations into what happened yesterday.
Yeah.
But I mean, an accident is an accident. Do you think there is anything that might have been purported to have caused the tragedy that befell us as a country yesterday, that we need some special thorough investigations into finding out all these things, than just accepting an accident to be an accident, and if probably they come out with the information they have with the investigative box, which is the black box as we all call it, to come out and just go on with what we have.
Thank you. Since yesterday, I've been trying to hold myself very well. Even me being here today, investigations. For yesterday, I was just home. I was not feeling well all of a sudden, and I felt like not going out. So Now I was just watching one of the political shows on GH1.
Okay.
No, Channel 1 TV, and I just saw that they said there's a breaking news, blah blah blah. So when I just heard that there has been a airplane which is missing, and we are waiting for a short brief communication from our own the presidency. So I was just hoping say we bunny behind day ain't see and I say Rebecca Sebia. A normal one accident be na agency acquired day I could see now coffee plan. Like I was just waiting for this. So within that, and I just saw that they said they cannot say anything, but they just showing us some pictures circulating for alcohol normal the plane shit need baby normal shit. Then I make come with him say like the way I share televisions now. A ban to say bia or at the end of the day, or Fimukoto baby, no, it should be so. So I was just hoping, say, we'll say, yeah, actually, by a shank for no Mayra to Sa Kositama, me home say, Chief of Staff, Becca say, I deal with this. Now, you shall debut from before I deal with this for some time now. Yeah, President, you so need brother. Presidential jet in the two quite they call any place command so said they backlashes baby say on money you so to a point say Dr. Wanibo am a free me ebe can say no J you know a lot of planes I Ghana ye no to say a death trap.
Okay.
I'm say recent or the bar out.
Yeah.
Until now, make us say, and I was trying to say, no president, a military, no one or the cocomas. Me, was because of what we do. So all the time I have to follow trending news. We took I'm on his page and watches him a lot. We sent to Kokumasi. It's the same thing or they call. I don't know whether it's the same aircraft or they call you, but I don't know you. So you didn't can testify to the fact say no one and say. His Excellency o yusu obesi bia na osia na do somebody bo amadi nechi any ade nti no I was like hey ade we die to a sense some bo mu din no I didn't want it to still believe. I still was having hope say they may fall somewhere na te ho na asante regional minister so me hu say me call ni page me hu say they were walking into the bush okite dua o de nam ho no. And listen to some of the eyewitnesses now. It came down to a level, meaning that the pilot, they noticed that they were maybe there's something happening before a crash. They tried because maybe he was looking for a place to land or something. Maybe when he saw landing, so it could explode. So my question is. I think say 2 years na this thing happened. Yes, because we try from Accra to that place, you know, some few minutes. So my issue is before the aircraft will go, no, like be free the base, no. You can't tell me say all of a sudden Nana just like that. No, there's something. There's something to it.
So you also go with citizens. That
why not? Even one name cars supply used to. If there's an accident, there is something. There's a fault. You know you are not doing it.
Okay.
There is negligence. There is somebody's negligence somewhere.
Okay.
And I'm more of so cannot panel. I don't know if president be used to do it too quite. Definitely no more using it. Say no one or the way or the back call. And to say president or back to Sana June, yeah, no can. Last minute, some of the bands and I won't say one count. So are you trying to say something that President Bet Sinemudan no panel? You didn't check anything. Like, what are they trying to tell us?
And you know where this thing, and Steve, I don't know if you've also followed. According to eyewitness, the plane came a little bit down. The chopper came down where it could have landed. And eyewitness for Naka, I can say, that's not the first time. Plane abeye emergency landing. So wo kro mu plane say airba no mu nim say be landing. But mu hu ya na say dey etuko. Could that be that they sacrificed their lives for the entire town? Because if your moon says see landia
be crash
you see, this all these things are speculations, and I wouldn't go into speculations. This thing is highly technical, very technical. And if you want to dwell your argument on speculations, it may be actually no. Now, when the investigation comes out, now what you speculated about, and yes, now you have X all over your face. And I would want the state agencies to do a proper investigations using the information from the black box.
Okay.
Then when that comes out, we can all now analyze the information and see what really happened.
Okay.
I hope you get my point.
No, the black box, if you poke, how is it like? Because we know, sir, in this country, we are fond of BBC. Never a year, and now we share videos, Nibia.
We go for the watch. Watch.
Well, and yet no pet. You see some parts of the aircraft, so, my issue is we Ghanaians. How is it like? How is a black blood? How is it like? It is saying, how does it look like?
Even though we call it black. Orange.
It is saying.
So I don't even know why they call it.
It's like a black box, because of the information that it contains. I say a hard drive here or computers.
Hard drive here.
I say hard drive here or computers. It stores everything
so
that happens.
Big,
the conversations.
Aircraft, it will be something big, a better one.
Oh, and yet
a medium size, but and yet a dear
I just say. What should I call say the
thing is that they will find it. Don't worry, say what do you call it? People went there and they were salvaging.
And you see the way the way the place
you
is
see, let me say this. Accident in the sea, time and military police could do. They cut everything off.
Okay.
Until people they granted access to other people going there.
Yeah.
Even Enron, when they were leaving, the information, the directive they had given the people is that one more day site, it's not say all forest community, they cannot leave people there. Into one more the site, Ashe assemblyman, nay unit committee for a crew so answer. So the place was secured and it is still secured. It is no here be no moon. The assemblyman and the unit committee people there who give answers. So let's all calm down and then wait.
Like, honestly, this is so sad. This is so sad. You know, last week Friday, I personally met Dr. Wani Boama.
Okay.
Because not knowing me cano and be sending me video or me Facebook say I should see like Ochaye. I never knew.
Okay.
One person out, despite I'm in the space of NDC, me can hold there. But when I meet them, I don't really want to. I am not the type of like me rush to take picture with somebody or to rush to go and greet a person unless me name Nipano personally. Okay. So until now me trouble constituency secretary nam ena ono the corner because someone communicates to a platform sooner the identity.
Okay.
Because of say he was the IT and head of elections, so they had a platform. Secretary Snickers communicating. So she just went to him and Ochiano and to see no Chano. So I was just gonna say, hello, why would you grade me? And no training, sir. I saw me. So that was my first encounter with him. But when we were having a communication, be real, no, he came to train us. Yes, or training or can only JM John Roman Mama needs something different. They train us. So I'm like, the way he smiled and held me, or kind, no, like I wasn't expecting him to do so. Sure. So, you know, yes, and I was like, it's not easy. This is so sad. And going to Facebook, reading certain people's comments, I mean, it's kind of like people are so mean to extend that. Idea way, if you have nothing to say, just come, shut up. You see, you have nothing to say. People's lives, the fight of Galamsey. This is all part of the fight of Galamsey. Sure. We all know. Look at the program. That you can't just sack the people. They'll still go back and destroy our lands. They'll still go back and destroy our water bodies. So they are trying to find a way. You free her. You do it. And I educate you. These are some of the things where we come here. We talk about it all the time. Into ye free hano. You say upe tu adena. They are indicating the people say ube yena men fan kun so no men bing so this fight of Galamsey ya nkofo essay nkofo jine mo say yin so ni nyamane mai ama fa to who say we will fight Galamsey and we no mo kwakoye dey. And don't forget, if there's a money Buama is going there, even though if the president cannot go and we shouldn't forget that the military, his men are part of the people who are fighting the Galamsey. The security people going around, no, and your military phone in the echo. So if there's a program concerning the Galamsey now, that's why the first JM meant to me quite fine, because the certain regional minister is there, minister for lands and natural resources. A lot of ministers are on board. And you know, a lot of people will be there. So one thing it is kind of normal thing say because the fight of Galamsey, you know, we need the military on board, and they are on board. And they are not all called the Bioni Honorable Muntaka Eko Usha Nansay or Honorable Muntaka any Dr. Buama and Lance Minister Kofi Honorable Kofi Ama Kofi Boa Ama so it's part of his name. So these are people that always they work hand in hand from Asante region almost fighting Galamsey all the time. So I'm praying that Nyankopon ensha yedin. We've lost people. We've lost educated, intelligent, brave and honest people. We've lost them. I don't know how to express this, how I feel right now. But all what we say is Kades may go, Kades may come, but the revolution has come to stay. Revolution has a long way to go, but has come to stay. You see, people are saying bad things. You can see Okotiche saying kind of useless and saying like things that are not in people. Human beings will not even say. People that are serving this country, me presidential aspirants LGP say something. Well, for him to say nkofo we wa adem penifo wo mawua eyedin. Somebody obi ono wako dinner for presidential something. Now to me can say be mo hwehwe mo woni mo people that are in charge, not only this aircraft, to every aircraft that the state will be using. And yes, be a young penny be used. The air company now. What are some of the ways near my maintenance? We say Ghana we lack maintenance.
Kindly wrap it up for us.
Ghanaians will lack maintenance a lot. You understand? So these are some of the things we have to be calling for.
Okay.
And you know, all I want to say is Nyankopon sha yedin. Now, also your president today, I know say by now he's not in the right frame of mind. And uncle, we've lost men, a year more, we've lost people, valuable people. So we pray that Ghanaians will respect the fact, say, they are serving the country despite the fact that they are not your party people, but they should respect these people's life because Ghana Juma and Omukakoye day, Omukakoye, and Omalus Tom life. So when you are saying certain things, be more so any pada seni moja na mumu.
Okay.
Respect these people, respect it, because it can happen to you as well.
Sure.
So today it is as the NDC, so people can just say whatever they want to say, but fine. But they are human beings, they are Ghanaians. So I want to obey Ukraine. Into the mechanic say, Nyankopon hye ni na aden. Na onfo mu kra ensie ye. Na I don't know how to put it, but I pray that yes, I pray that yes, Nyankopon emboa ye na afa de bibia ento di ntino we pray say for respected the fact say nyama say yakoba ntino.
Steve,
yes,
your last words are so before we leave the studios.
Well, I pray that God strengthen all of us.
Sure.
And then he should send sense to the senseless.
Okay. I join in the prayers as well for the heavens to comfort the nation Ghana, for the heavens to comfort the families of the lost ones, and for the heavens to be with the NDC as they lost their party folks. It's a sad day as well. It will continue to be for quite some time, but we still entreat you to stick with Ghana Talks Radio. We will be coming your way with more updates on whatever happens, and our respective programs will be still running to your convenience. So stay tuned and then enjoy the rest of your day.